Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Hey, R Dominic. Hey, Fury Fighter. Get my gift. I have not been able to play Animal Crossing today. My kids. Oh man, today. I think today the whole quarantine thing really started to weigh down on me. My kids decided that they really wanted to like camp out in here with us while we were working today, and man, I was having the worst time getting stuff done. Hey, Satellite Sun. Hey, Casha, what's up, buddy? So great to see a friendly face with all the crap that's going on. I could not agree more. I look forward to these streams so much now. Just seeing your names in chat makes me so happy. It's such an uplifting experience. So, for what it's worth, my family seems to be doing okay. Yeah, the kids have adjusted well enough. They're 4 and they're 8, and I think it gets my 8-year-old a little bit, but she's also very independent. So she finds lots of ways to occupy herself, and she likes doing arts and crafts and stuff. The 4-year-old just kind of rolls with whatever's going on, but she's super needy. She always has to be around somebody. And so once our 8-year-old started camping out in here, then she wanted to camp out in here, and she cannot stay quiet while my wife or I are working. So today was pretty exhausting. So I've been very, very much looking forward to this. So, let's see. Anything to note? Oh, we have 2 new. I'm gonna put my headphones on in case things happen. We have 2 new sound alerts. As of an hour ago. One is from the Ring, which we were playing on Saturday and is definitely a video game. So I'm sure it'll get a lot of use. The other one is for emergencies only. It's the only sound alert we have that's not 25 bits. I'll leave it to y'all to decide when that one should be cranked out. But yeah. Anyway, let's... Oh, I accidentally pushed start instead of the go button. Anyway, let's get back to it. There is much work to be done in Khrumbul-Dun. Would it be Khrumbul-Dun or Khrumbul-Dun? Oh my god, no way. Oh my god, somebody remade... Hang on a second. Hang on. Somebody actually remade A Link to the Past in this. Oh my god, they got the church right. They got the big ass gravestones right. Holy moly. People do that sort of, hey, Absol. I mean, it's just really, I know people do crazy stuff like this in Minecraft too, but it's always amazing to see. It's always amazing, and especially with something like Link to the Past, it's grid based anyway, so you can do like a 1-to-1 rendition of it. That's so cool. Hashtag masterpiece. Yeah, I'll give them that. That is a hell of a thing. Man. Alright, okay. We were working on the silver bar. I remember that. And, oh no, we were working on the shower room for Babs. And also the pool side. I think we had just... I didn't think about this for a second. I think we had just... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So right, there's a few more bits of the silver bar blueprint that I think we can make now. We can't do any of the golden stuff. And I don't think I've learned how to make a light box yet, but I think I can make a deck chair, a flagon, cattail, sun umbrella. Okay, we can fix those at least, and then we'll have the pool side sorted. And we also need more silver for that. Put away all these goofy mushroom bits. Alright, and I remember we need... felt something moving around my desk. I'm sure it was nothing. This isn't that kind of stream. Gimme. No, gimme. Say gimme. Okay, so now we should be able to make that full flagon we needed. Along with some other stuffs. Yeah, we need gold for that. Deck chairs we can do. Saw Miku lose in video wrestling earlier, so it's funny to see her here. I'm so mad, I just gotta go hit blocks so I won't be so mad. Just trying to do something more constructive with her life now. Farming elixirs in Neo near the end of the game finally ran out. Dude, do not worry about it. I mean, y'all are welcome to lurk all you want. And besides, tonight's a chill night. I don't really feel like I'm on tonight. Like I need to be, like, going nuts entertaining people. I'm content to be here and just build stuff and chat with y'all. Wrestling is fake. If it was real, Miku would never lose. You make a compelling argument. Prickly pop. Prickly pop. Isn't prickly pop if you ferment a cactus? I think I have some cactus, right? Straighten this up. I don't. Maybe does... Did I leave Babs some extra cactus? She cooked it. Yeah, I know you. No interest in ogling dancing girls. Buddy, just own it. We all know better. Come on. Okay, I think... Is it from stewing? Is it from fermenting these? I don't remember anymore. No, that's gonna make... Okay, well, we might as well make some anyway. We need the round ones. Alright. So we'll brew up some of that. Because I remember that's pretty useful for health restoration, too. I need those things. Where the hell those things are. And more out this way. I know there's some out in the desert. Manic, what's up, buddy? How you doing? We're just getting started. Did you say what the roguelike is going to be yet? Well, since you asked, tomorrow night, y'all, I am doing something new and different and exciting. As requested by one of our longtime regulars. I'm playing FTL, which I have previously played like 20 or 30 hours of, not on stream, in my own time, but I have never beaten it, ever. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start a new Wednesday thing. I'm gonna stream FTL on Wednesdays until I beat it. That's gonna be our new quest. And it's going to be these are gonna be backseating encouraged streams. So I'm going to be soliciting as much help as I need to actually manage to beat this thing. 20 years later now for another FTL night. Oh, come on, it's not Dark Souls. Try not to die. You know, that's a good place to start, I think. Yeah, I think, well, okay, I think part of it is, yeah, FTL is hard. FTL is definitely hard. I don't think I'm bad at FTL. Of course, I don't think I'm bad at a lot of things. I'm sure you'd correct me on that point, chat. Dark Souls isn't about difficulty, it's about pattern memorization. Oddish. Oh, we can talk about Dark Souls too if you want. Yeah, I put like 20 to 30 hours into FTL, and I got to the point where I could very reliably... No, I don't want to... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm eating these instead of cooking them. I got to the point where I could get to the flagship reliably, but I could never beat the flagship. I also... I know, buddy. I know, buddy. I know, buddy. I also had this stubborn thing with FTL. I never played it on easy. I always played on normal. Because I was kind of... I think I was kind of determined to beat it on what I thought was like regular settings, and that might have made it a bit harder for me to learn what I needed to do in it. FTL isn't too bad. It just wants you to have certain qualities at certain points. Yeah. Flagship always was the problem for you back in the day. Yeah, I think I got into certain habits with it that were really bad for the flagship. Don't play games on easy. I'm with you on that. I've kind of mellowed on that point in my old age. Now I'm just. Oh, we need another gladiolus seed. Think, self, think. Where are gladiolus seeds? Sometimes best on easy, it just kind of depends on the game. Well, the goal, what we're gonna do, I think they're over by this oasis. I think that's where we need to go next. So our goal with FTL is gonna be to notch a normal win. Also, Mood, hey, what's up? So we're gonna be aiming for a normal win, but we're gonna start tomorrow night on easy. Is gonna be the plan. And we're gonna get comfortable winning on easy before moving up to normal. Hey, Bacon Copter, what's up, buddy? Also, never dropped easy for FTL. Most of it was normal, felt entirely reasonable right up until the flagship. I kind of felt that way too, but I have no problem like. Because I haven't played FTL in a long time, and I think it might have even gotten content updates since the last time I played it. So I have no problem easing back into it on easy. How do you feel about FPS games? I love them. FPS games are some of my favorites. Do I wanna... Yes, there we go. Okay. We'll just take this guy. And I do like roguelikes, yes. Flagship doesn't get much harder and harder. So Bacon Copter, I always heard back when I was playing it that the way the difficulties were scaled, easy gave you more resources and made fights in general a little bit easier and like didn't spawn some of the worst fights near the end of the game, but the flagship was identical. That's what I always heard. Is that true? Have you ever heard of and or played a game called Immortal Redneck? Yes. Yes, and I love it. It's one of my favorite first-person roguelikes. It's not my favorite. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite first-person roguelike, it might be Void Bastards, honestly. I know a lot of people cooled on that game pretty fast, but I really like that one. Doesn't sound like great difficulty balance. That was one reason I stayed on normal, but... in retrospect, like, learning to deal with the flagship with more resources, I think would have made it easier for me to eventually notch a win against it. Void Bastards, yes, that is on Steam. Came out last year. It's kind of like... Okay. The easiest comparison to make is like a roguelike System Shock 2, but not nearly that deep. It's a bunch of random-ass spaceships you go onto and you loot stuff in like a System Shock 2... Oh. With like System Shock 2 style interfaces. But the whole idea is to loot stuff to use for crafting, to build new equipment, and eventually make your way out of the nebula you're stuck in. Also, it has some fantastic writing. The dialogue in it is actually really, really funny. Ziggurat's the last roguelike you played. I love Ziggurat too. I'm a big fan of Ziggurat. I would say Immortal Redneck is similar to Ziggurat, but better in a lot of ways. I really should set up a wall, you're right. Oh shit, they're gonna do the thing. And I'm actually gonna be here for it, for once. I think higher levels throw more drones at you and the drones form attack, plus there are more connected rooms so you can't just teleport into a closed room and break shit. Huh. Interesting. The drone swarm is always what got me with the flagship and FTL. I was about to say, are you guys actually gonna do the thing? Yeah, it was always the drone swarm that got me because I never had a good defense answer for it. And most of the, like, the few times that I got there and I did, I swear to God, like, the one drone that got through my defenses would, like, annihilate my defenses. Like I'd get to the flagship with like 4 shields, and then like one drone would smash right into the shield room. Like every time. I think I only got to the 3rd phase of the flagship once or twice, but my ship was just too torn up at that point to survive, so I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to actually beating FTL for once in my life. And if this is cool, if this is fun, this might become a new Wednesday thing, to pick a roguelike I haven't beaten and just actually stick with it until I beat it. Cloaking's the easy answer. See, I never did cloaking. Like I said, I got into some, I think I got into some bad habits in FTL that hampered my ability to notch wins, and one of them was just avoiding cloaking entirely. Cloaking number 1, yeah. So we'll definitely give that a try. It might end up, that's the panacea. The cure for what ails me. That's a lot of... Oh my god, that's a lot of silver. Whoa. I totted up all the silver we brung back so far, and if my maths is correct, we should have 3,000 lumps. If I ain't mistaken, that's exactly how much Goldilocks is saying you needed. Lovely jubbly. So can we... What's up, Abs? We collected all the silver we need to turn Goldilocks into a silver golem. We shall be delayed. Come on, let's get it over and give it to him. Right in the face. Wait, no, it doesn't go into his face. Daily output gets really nice after a while. No kidding. This is exciting. I'll be able to finish that shower for sure. Right in the dick. Jump power activate. Thank you, Miku. Thank you, everyone. Me become silver golem. Feel very good. Next, me become gold golem. Fill mine with metal. Bring back gold rush. But need... So Goldilocks can bring... He really does look like a stone golem. You're absolutely right. He's not shiny enough. He needs to be more chromish, I think. So he can bring metal back to the mine, but we have to bring metal up from the mine to get him to the point where I can... So if you ever reached a point where Goldilocks was inactive and the mine got mined out, they'd just be screwed, right? Yeah, definitely gunmetal gray. Goldilocks is gonna explode in the mine. Yeah, he's like spawning more metal within him, and he's just go in there and burst. 5,000 lumps of gold. Why do we... If you expect us to mine up 5,000 lumps of gold, do we even need you? Can't we just export that? It's a pyramid scheme. But if it's anything like the silver, I mean, once we completed the silver quest, they're just like, ta-da, 3,000. I have to send the miners' morale through the roof to dig up that much. There's only one thing for it. We have to finish the silver bar. Don't get ahead of yourself, McGraw. We ain't found a scrap of gold yet. We don't even know where to start looking. I'm sure somebody's about to have a quest for that. Hang on, Babs. The air is different. Instead of just dancing clobber. What's going on? Whoa, what the hell? Damn. She looks rad. This little thing, I found it hanging up in my room, so I thought I might try it on. Seeing as it's a special day for Goldilocks, I went and did me hair up, too. Oh, I love useful items. Babs, you did all for me to celebrate. You're so kind, you're so pretty. Feel strength returning, memory returning. Me remember something. Remember a way to find gold. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Don't go slacking off on the bar building, Miku. We need everyone working flat out if we want to bring the gold rush back. Of course you do. Cool, sounds good, Manic. Very exciting. Sure, we'll figure something out eventually. Okay. So let me get the silver smelting. You know what? Just give me that for now. I'll get the rest later. Being horny is the secret to cure amnesia. If only it were that simple. Okay. This is not how I expected this to work. Oh, crazy grandma. Okay. Yeah, or 10. Let's just work on the bar and just kind of ignore that for the time being. Okay, so this needs to be here. And I think this goes here, here, and here. And then these... Simple sipper. Simple sipper. Simple sipper. Oh! We've done it up. Hell yeah, motivation. Raised about 100... Finished your Asuna Corona run. We raised about $100 for Doctors Without Borders. Dude, Manic, that's awesome. Congratulations. Fishing Granny. Oh, damn it. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say. Whoa, they love it. Amazing. That's more like it. Now the pool's looking like a proper place for a posh party. And everything since my old pub went bust, I've been down in the doldrums. I don't know how I made it through each day. Things are different now. Having a beautiful bar like this gives me a reason to live again. Yeah, let's stick with Fishing Granny. I think your phone got ahead of you there in a good way. Just one thing I can't quite put to bed. I worry the miners are getting a bit, how you say, obsessive about. You don't say. Imagine that. Hey, Le Retro Spice. Perfect timing. Oh, that's not an improvement. I didn't like Mountain Dew to begin with. The boisterous bunch at the best of times, some of them starting fighting over. Seems like that are all too similar to days when the miners used to quarrel over a few poxy specks of gold. Don't sit right with me one bit. Anyway, now the pool's ready, the lads will start swimming in it. What'd you expect? It's a bleeding pool for crying out loud. Okay, I used to like Mountain Dew. Once. I think this goes here? It does. Okay, we got another simple sipper set. Bars at 95%. That's cool. What else are we missing? Alright, it's just the golden braziers and the light box. And I don't think I know... I don't think I know how to make a light box yet, do I? Drank it too much in college, got addicted, and had to go through hell to break it. Really? Really? Well, I didn't know we could make polka dot blocks out of chalk and oil. That's cool. That's super... Wow, we can make all kinds of cool stuff. Oh, I need my fancy-ass table back on the Isle of Awakening now. Yeah, definitely congrats on being the addiction. Yeah, I've always been very fortunate that I've never gotten too attached to anything like that. I used to drink soda when I was a kid, but once I moved out, it was a pretty easy habit to just ignore. Kim, this is part of why I'm diabetic? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Inside Mellow Yellow, I stopped with Mountain Dew. Mellow Yellow. I don't even remember if I've had that before. Anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep. And then... Let's see. I bet, yeah. This is a bad time to have any kind of outstanding health issues. Done? Man. Yeah, both in terms of how healthcare is being treated in the United States, as well as the current ongoing disaster. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that as well, and that is a very scary thing. Where did all my... Oh, right. I have the ingots. Well, believe me, I think I speak for everyone here in saying I hope you get through it without issue. Yeah, stay safe, definitely. Let's not go insane. Not looking for a job right now? Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do, honestly. I don't think that's something you should I don't think that's something you should have to bother with right now. You know? I wonder if I could make this shower room itself bigger. One time, I mean, honestly, with the way our society is organized, you should always feel okay with mooching off the government. Like, I do not think it's fair to expect every single person to be, like, wildly successful in a system that doesn't really provide equal opportunities for people to be successful, you know? Work at a gas station gave you a leave of absence, which you think got laid off. Man, I hope not. But yeah, I know a lot of companies are laying people off. I know a lot of companies are furloughing people. My wife works in payroll, so she's at she's on the ground floor for a lot of this shit. And yeah, it's not good anywhere. Yes, government should be there for the people anyway. That's the point. The government should be there to look out for the public interest. You know? Our Constitution says that everyone is entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that means the government has a responsibility to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to pursue that for themselves. And that means if you are less fortunate or have problems that prevent you from managing that on your own, then you should be looked out for. And without any kind of stigma or shame attached whatsoever. You know, people cannot help the circumstances they end up in, you know? We need to help people first and, well, if you're gonna judge later. Judge privately. But I don't even think people need to be judging based on that. Help people when help is needed. Couldn't do that in good conscience when living at home. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna tell anybody their principles are wrong, but I just want people to have what they need when they need it. And if there is a problem getting that on your own, then you should absolutely have the assistance you need. Unemployment is something you pay into while you're employed anyway, so it's not mooching, it's money you put in. Exactly. It's not one thing I always liked about the political discourse I was a part of. People hated the term entitlements because they're not entitlements. It's not just something you should feel entitled to. They're earned benefits, and I always really appreciate that terminology because the term entitlements isn't bad on its own, but I feel like it's kind of been poisoned by the overall discourse. Discord. Hasn't been poisoned by Discord. Discord is good. Well, the way we do it anyway. Let's just cram one more in here. There's only one towel. It's all Discord's fault. I made a small shower room. With lots of showers. Yeah. Thanks for building the shower room for Babs, Miku. I'm sure there's some toxic disco. Oh, buddy. Tell me about it. We're lucky. We have a really good one. I am more than anything else. More than my website, more than my reviews, more than this channel. I am proud of what our Discord has grown into. We have channels for all different topics. We've got some amazingly interesting and engaging people from all walks of life. We have fantastic discussions. We have uplifting stuff. We have game chat. We have people helping each other out. We have political gloom and doom when we're ready to face the real world for swaths of time. Yeah, I love hanging out in there more than anything else. Chronic non-joiner because who wants to find out a random server they join as a sea of shit just on the server. I understand that. I never joined a Discord server until I started mine. And I started mine because the regulars in our channel, the regulars on here were like, we need a place to hang out when you're not streaming. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Let's give it a try. And over the last year, it's just blossomed in this amazing community that I am so proud to be a part of. Like, it's really, it's the people that join, and it's the people that are there that have made it what it is, not me. You know, a ton of Discord servers, moderate something like 5-10 of them. Discord stop existing and be very sad. Me too. Me too. I never expected to get this invested in, like, online chat, but man. Oh, no. Don't ever apologize for like not wanting to join an online community or not being active in it. Like these things are here to enjoy, and if you're not comfortable in how you engage with them, you're not going to enjoy it. So I'm never going to guilt anybody for not joining one. I'm never going to guilt anybody for being quiet in one if you just want to hang out and read what other people are doing. Like, this stuff is here to engage with the way you want, you know? Hard time getting used to Discord. I mean, you know, whenever you feel like it. You know, I know there are people here that have been with the channel since the very start who, you know, they might be in our Discord and they might not want to join in on conversations. They may have never joined it, you know? Everybody engages with these things differently, you know? The important thing is that you're happy doing whatever you're doing here, you know? I'm here for all of us to relax and have a good time, you know? Just put aside the worries of the world, talk about them if we need to, work our way through them with some open, engaging dialogue. But other than that, you know, do what's best for you. I'm into that I haven't started yourself for some purpose. One, their friends started to make me watch Final Fantasy 14. One for an RPG company that I wandered in and out of. Yeah, I've started joining a couple like indie developer Discords. I backed my first. This is terrible of me because I've been on Patreon for like 2 years. I backed my first Patreon. It's the Dread Delusions developer. If you were here when we did the Haunted PS1 demo disc, that was the game that I was like super into. The kind of weird, like, King's Fieldy game. I decided I wanted to back them because, I mean, that game just has so much potential, and they have a really nice Discord. They're a cool bunch up in there. Dude, yes, we are absolutely gonna stream Dread Delusion in the future. That's gonna be a big thing around here once it fleshes out. Build bathrooms together. Yes, that's what this channel is all about. Uplifting Discord and group bathrooms. I'm officially old. When I was younger, I never understood olds not wanting to learn new stuff, and now I'm there. I don't want to bother with Twitter, Discord. Yeah. I can feel it. It's hard for me because once you reach a certain age, you're like, okay, I just don't want to bother anymore. Like, I've learned all I want to learn. I'm happy with the stuff I have. So like, I have to do social media just to kind of help what we're doing grow. So I'm on Twitter. I actually like Twitter, but I found out Twitter's kind of for old people now. All the kids are on Snapchat. Snapchat is like my line. I won't do it. I won't learn how to do it. You're in Discord a lot. Most of your old chat and go buddies migrated to it since Flash are being executed for crimes against humanity. Having a good community isn't luck. It's a reflection of the reason the community comes together and the people who manage it. Aww. Thank you, Lojo High. I mean, I want to... If I'm going to have any kind of influence on people, I want it to be positive. You know, I want people to come away from my streams and my reviews feeling better about things, you know, feeling more confident about their opinions of things or their place in the world, you know? And I don't know how much power I have to do that, but if I have any, that's what I want to do. I'm one of those guys who doesn't have Facebook. I feel bad about Facebook, actually. I've had Facebook since I was in college. One of my college girlfriends got me to join, and I always kind of liked having it to keep up with my, my college friends, because I'm terrible about keeping up with people. But I absolutely despise what Facebook has become. And I've seriously weighed deleting my Facebook a number of times. And I really should, honestly. I really should. It's just, we do actually still get like a significant amount of traffic from Facebook. And I don't know if those people would necessarily migrate to other channels and avenues, so. But really, I should kind of get over the self-serving aspect and just delete it, because they are a shit company. I mean, it's all, you go on Facebook now and half of what's on there is just like paid advertisements and like, there's a lot of shitty right-wing news stories even if you're trying to stay away from that stuff, and just toxic communities, and it's just a giant money-making scheme at this point. Yeah, it's Garbo. It's just straight Garbo. Got your Facebook account specifically for keeping with certain friends, yeah. It goes Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and the age hierarchy. I think that's spot on, yeah. Haven't even done Twitter once the drama took over. Didn't even care. Yeah. I sometimes get into political stuff on Twitter, so even if you are engaged with GPG stuff, even if you are on Twitter, I don't blame you if you don't want to follow me, because sometimes I go on rants about shit that's going on. Might as well delete, it's never really gone. Yeah, that's true. DBAA, don't be an asshole. Absolutely refuse to get involved with anyone I'm related to on social media. Yeah, fortunately, my family is not on it. My dad, my dad is a big techie, but specifically for gaming. Like, my dad is actually a huge gamer. He's played more Far Cry games than I have. He's beaten more Far Cry games than I have. He loves the Fallout games. He plays a lot of racing games. Right now, he's hooked on the Hunter, Call of the Wild, that hunting game. He has something ridiculous, like 2,200 hours in it. And my mom is just like, my mom is practically Amish. she just does not engage with tech. She likes having a smartphone though, because she can text me directly. And she can just be like, hey, look what I'm having for lunch. Hey, I saw this neat thing and I thought of you, and it's really sweet and I love it. Spellbot, no. Spellbot, no, what are you talking about? Yeah. Digby's actually having a decent moment about Babs here. Your dad plays the PS1 versions of Red Alert, RE3, PS2's Medal of Honor, Frontline, Modern, Madden, the baseball. That's cool. That's really neat. I used to play some PC games with my dad. We actually bonded a lot when I was a kid over Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the first one. Because he loves racing games, and I like arcade racing games, and Need for Speed kind of like fell in the right middle ground. I could never get him into the Burnout series, and I never really got into like his F1 games. The simulators were a little too hardcore for me, so we played his golf games together. He used to play a lot of golf games, like Microsoft Golf, and then oh, thanks for the follow, dude. Yeah, Microsoft Golf, and then I think that eventually morphed into Tiger Woods Golf, and I could do like the 2-click or 3-click swings, so that was fun. He actually had a golf game on the Commodore 64 that required time to play this yourself. Nice. It required a special like capacitor dongle on the back to play. It would actually like draw. Okay, you too, buddy. Thanks for coming out tonight. It was good to see you. It would actually draw each scene like line by line. It was adorable. If I friend even one family member, even the ones I really like, I'll never really get around to the really shitty ones. Yeah, that's a danger. Mom's still in the make flavor of cell. Your dad has some Lois and Samsung, which he leaves off at times unless he needs to make calls. So like just for emergencies and stuff. My parents used to have one of the old like Nokia like gray slab phones for emergencies, and they had that one for so long. They were paying like $10 a month for cell phone service in like 2010. Really falling out of the whole driving game scene nowadays. Forzas and Crusettos and thingamajig. It's hard to find a good one if you're not into simulators. I think simulators are having a bit of a renaissance. From what I gather from my dad, like the F1 series continues to evolve in positive directions, and like Project Cars has kind of like helped it grow in different ways. For the longest time, there was like one gold standard racing sim, and it was like this. I can't remember the name of it. It was like I can't remember if it was a DOS game or not, but it was like Grand Prix Legends. I think it was Grand Prix Legends, and it was like a racing game. It was a PC racing game. Disney Cars, shut up. It was from Disney Cars 2. Oh my God, no. Remind me to go on a rant about that later. Pole Position. I used to play Pole Position. We had a cartridge for the N64, for the Commodore 64 for that one. Just something about how Bubba Wallace lost a sponsor because NASCAR is doing stuff in a simulator now. I know. The whole thing about eNASCAR right now is blowing my mind. He rage quit his stream? Oh, shit. Oh, that's hilarious. You were nuts into driving games for a long, long time, even at a pricey Fanatec's out. Oh, no way, Spellbot. That's awesome. Now I can't really stand racing games, complete 180 on the genre. That happens. That definitely happens. I go in and out of it with different genres. Like I haven't really played an FPS in a while. I burned myself out a little on them like a year or so ago, and now I'm kind of I feel like I'm kind of ready to return, but I don't really know what to return with. But yeah, so Grand Prix Legends was this one. It was about the early days of Formula One, back when the cars were like really round, and for a long time that had that had like top tier physics and simulation elements, and that's what all the really like hardcore dudes would play. And I think now some of the modern ones have started to catch up and kind of overtake where that one was, especially since it's so dated now and hard to get a hold of. But for arcade racers, like the Burnout series is gone, and I think that was a huge loss. You know, there hasn't been a Burnout game since Paradise. Like, I don't even know what I would play for, like, an arcade racer right now. Just looked up Grand Prix Legends. Beautiful. Isn't it? I think my dad might actually still play that sometimes, honestly. Been really tempted to reinstall Battlefield 3 or 4. Nice. Got a ridiculous amount of time in Gran Turismo. I have Gran Turismo 3 on PS2, I think, and I never really got into it because I never got super into, like, the tuning aspect. I end up tuning my cars for really good cornering, and then I ended up not being able to clear the races that are on like big like speed tracks, like straightaways and stuff. Horizon Chase Turbo. The Sega Arcade Racer, was that Cruis'n USA? Thinking about, I can't remember. Modern shooters kind of peaked around Battlefield 4. Oh, that's right. There's Trackmania. I've never played a Trackmania game, but those, I mean, the gifs I see online are incredible. So, shooters are very hit and miss with you as well now. Bounced off Doom 2016 several times now. Wow, that's interesting. I do want to play Doom Eternal really bad. I love Doom 2016. I can't really think of any others. I'm more interested in like Micro Machines Best Racer. I never played the Micro Machines Racer. I used to play Revolt on the Dreamcast, the RC racer game. Man, that game was amazing. I love that game so much. There are some racing games that I really latch on to. The Burnout games, Revolt, and Mario Kart Double Dash were the ones that I really, really super latched onto. Those were the ones where I would go for like 100% completion. The other Mario Kart games never stuck with me. Double Dash was like special. I think I really liked the mechanics in that one and the feel of drifting. I tried to get the DS Mario Kart that they followed it up with, and I just didn't like it at all. Double Dash was amazing. Yeah, it really was. This is hilarious. The Garfield Kart Racer is supposedly way better. I've heard that too, Fury Fighter. I've heard Garfield Kart is actually like a decent kart racing game. I'm so glad you guys played Revolt. We should do a Revolt night sometime. I need to put that on the list. We're gonna play Revolt sometime. Yeah, man, that was, I always had a soft spot for games that put you like as a miniature something. I'm sure I talked about it before, but I used to play a lot of Quake 2 and Quake 3. And in the Quake 3 era, somebody was putting out these amazing maps where you're basically like toy soldier sized. Hey, Drake Nell, what's up, buddy? In a game store, in like a house's backyard, in a bedroom, and they were the most amazing multiplayer deathmatch maps. They had all kinds of neat secrets too, like the electrical sockets in the walls would be like warp zones to other areas, and like in the bedroom you could get up in the roof and like jump across onto the ceiling fan and deathmatch on them. I remember playing some of this for UT99. Yeah, I'm sure that person ported some of them over. I had a bunch of PC. I had a subscription to PC Gamer when I was a kid, and one of the PC Gamer discs came with the game store level, which might have been commissioned for them. I don't remember. And I played the shit out of that so much. Need for Speed Most Wanted on the OG Xbox with the racer you dropped a ton of hours in. I wanted to stick with the Need for Speed franchise, but I really loved Hot Pursuit, and then the one after that, I can't remember what it was, but I didn't like it. Was that? I can't remember. Wasn't there like a Porsche one? Was that the next one after the original Hot Pursuit? Whatever it was, I did not like it, and it kind of threw me off the series entirely. Better not catch you peeping. Everyone just walks in and out of the showers. Oh my god, yeah. Drake, though, you missed it early. There was like literally every single person in town lined up to use the one shower with the room not even complete. It was like half open to the entire world. Might check out COD Warzone to get back into competitive FPS, the first battle royale that caught your interest. I've heard people say good things about it. Hey, what's that game that like 1.5 million people are watching today on Twitch? I was watching another stream and they mentioned it, and I already forgot the name. Valorant, that's it. What the hell is that? I opened up a stream of it for like a minute, and it looked like some Overwatch looking Counter-Strike or something. Riot does Counter-Strike. There you go. Okay. Well, yeah. If it's Riot pushing it, I certainly understand how it got big. Interesting. Is it any kind of tie-in to the League of Legends universe, or is it like their Overwatch? Is it like a new IP? Ripoff has been planted. Hey, I used to say that about Overwatch, and I loved Overwatch back when I played it and actually appreciated Blizzard as a company. Kinda, don't think so. It didn't look anything like League. The characters weren't recognizable to me. I used to play League a long time ago. I think my account was shuttered. I think I was supposed to change my username at some point. I didn't bother. I never made it to ranked. I think I was still level, I don't remember. God, that was years ago. That was when I first started my job, and I've been there like 10 years now. I'm bleeding knackered. His body can't handle these hardships anymore. Seriously, all you do is sit up around your big fat behind sipping Digger's Jigger. Enjoyed Overwatch till free Hong Kong. Yeah. I was disappointed with the direction Blizzard was taking up until that point, and then that was like, nope, I'm done. Cannot do online shooters. You get way too angry. Battlefield 3 got you so angry a few years back. Wow. Damn, dude. Yeah, better for your health that you abstain then. See, I played Quake in middle school. I came up on Quake 2, playing dial-up, and I got used to all kinds of bullshit in that. I got used to people camping. I got used to people accusing me of camping. I got used to people hacking. I got used to just all kinds of bullshit. So the only other time I really got heavy... Okay, so I had a Quake 2 phase that bled a bit I actually started on Quake 1, but I didn't play it so much because it was like I didn't actually get on Quake World, so the interface was kind of hard to deal with. I played Quake 2 because I had All-Seeing Eye, and I could find all kinds of servers through that. I played that mainly. That bled over a bit into the original Unreal Tournament and Quake 3. And then I fell off of first-person shooters for a while until Team Fortress 2. And I was huge into Team Fortress 2 during, like, I started right when they did their first item update, when they started adding items for the different characters. And I ended when they started moving to, like, community updates. Once Valve stopped really making content for the game themselves and was just taking, like, community stuff. So I actually started before the PvE aspect went into TF2. But I played that a lot. I loved it quite a bit. That was before I moved to Japan. After I came back from Japan, I got into Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox, actually. That was the only time I seriously played an FPS with on a controller. But I got into that pretty hard, and then I fell off of Black Ops. It's one of those things where there's a lot of series where I'll find one I really love, and I'll play the shit out of it, and then the next one comes out, and I'm super excited, and I grab it, and it doesn't hit me the same way. There's something magical about the one I get in on. I did not play a Call of Duty until Modern Warfare 2, and I loved it. And I played it super hardcore, and I prestiged a bunch, and I went for a bunch of the hard challenges and stuff. And then Black Ops came out, and I played it for like a month, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm done. Not interested. And then I was off of online shooters until Overwatch. And then I played a decent stretch of Overwatch. I think I played it up until their 1 year anniversary. And then lost interest in it. Back when I quit playing World of Tanks, I realized I had a facial wow, seriously? I've heard that game can get pretty frustrating. He came down, I brought the game to Lamestone, got Bulletstorm instead. Bulletstorm's a lot of fun. I actually have that for my 360 somewhere. Used to play a ton of TF2 and that's it. Don't do online stuff. The nice thing, like TF2, I feel like TF2 was the first big online shooter where you didn't necessarily have to shoot people. You could play as medic, you could play as engineer, spy to a certain extent, but it had an entire selection of classes where you didn't really have to engage directly with the shooting, and I think that helped a lot of people get into it. And Overwatch kind of continued that trend. When I played Overwatch, I played Symmetra, back when she had her lock-on laser chainsaw. That shit was so much fun. I played Symmetra and who else did I play? I played Symmetra, Mei, and I wanted to get good at Zarya, and I never did. Conceptually, she was one of my favorite characters in the game. That's why my avatar on Something Awful and on Discord is Zarya. Only PvP you can deal with is the Souls game. I don't get mad at some people are really good, others amazingly silly. I never really got into the Souls PvP. I don't remember if I've talked about it with y'all, but I played Dark Souls 1 when it came to PC. I played the shit out of that. I have like 70 hours in it. I did one full run, and then I started over on a Soul Level 1 run, which was going okay until I got to Ornstein and Smo. And then I think at that point it was half frustration and half just getting burned out with the game. I liked the multiplayer, the PvP concept in it, but I was never any good at it. Mercy player, yeah. I like playing healers in first-person shooters. I think it's because I like the strategy element to it. I really like playing medic in TF2 because it was never enough to just glue yourself to the ass of a heavy. Like, good medics were always like keeping track of the whole team and like topping off whoever was in the vicinity. And like breaking away from their main whenever somebody else really needed help or like had a good opening or something. Only Souls you got in PvP was in 2. I tried actually. I tried with 2 and I think I got really bad luck. I kept getting hackers and it just became incredibly frustrating for you. World War and Black Ops 1 were your first Call of Duty times, not much after that. Your uncle and you played the hell out of early Nazi zombie maps. I think I would have enjoyed zombie mode more if I had people to play with. But at that point, all my friends that I played Modern Warfare 2 with were kind of falling off as well. Free Fire, you got into Modern Warfare 3. Used a pump-action shotgun, no one used gold and diamonds. It was fun to hear people get so salty, yeah. Super good player in World of Tanks who does stuff like only playing with friends will max out 60% win rate because you can't pick your teammates. Yeah, that's the eternal struggle with team-based multiplayer is like in games where one person can't carry the team, you're inevitably going to get frustrated. I sometimes watch Dead by Daylight streamers and survivors in that game get so salty. Like I feel like Dead by Daylight is like a whole new level of toxic from multiplayer communities. Ironically, the killers seem to be okay. The killers just seem to be there to like do their thing, but like survivors will just like melt down at each other. They'll melt down at the killers. They'll melt down at the game. They'll melt down at everyone. PvP free for all you joined. Had a mimic, led to a mimic to a fog door behind a small staircase and used a tree of giants as we were fighting and aggroed it. It's hilarious when you got ninja kicked off screen from it. I only understood half of that, but it did sound awesome. A whole new world, a whole new toxic point of view. Stressed at to break. I'm stressed at to breaking point now. If I only had a relaxation room. I have no idea what you're talking about. There's a room where you go with the lads when you're aching all over and rub each other down to you're nice and relaxed. Oh my god. I love this game even more now. It's a room for the big oily men to get all big and oily together. Now that you mention it, I was thinking just the same. I need a room with a pair of curtains, a bed, and a folding screen in it. Gotta preserve me dignity, ain't I? Needs a light source inside, something with a soothing glow that ain't too bright. Make me curtains, you'll need some cotton. Pick it easily enough from the cotton plants around the underground lake, or I could just murder a lot of bunnies like I already did. Alright, relaxation room. Let's see. Is this still over in town? Yes, this is. Okay, we'll do the relaxation room across from the bath then. Let's see, where did I position this one? I started like here-ish, right? Yeah. Let's see, how do I want to lay this one out? We should probably leave enough room for a couple beds, huh? I think that should do, right? My dignity showers in half-finished building in front of everyone. No! Wrong place, Miku. Yo, what's up? Actually, we can fix this. Boop. Alright, I'm gonna make this one out of silver too, because I can. Oh, you know, we can make this one pretty... Let's go a bit all out on this one, huh? Make some nice designs here. Because what's a building game if you're not having fun with the building? Yeah, I don't... So, like, online multiplayer games, I don't really seek them out. I often find them a bit too stressful. I just realized I made this an odd number and it's gonna need... Actually, no. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, let me make some more silver. Decided to build up a floor instead of digging out the level below. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. It would have made more sense to set the foundation in the floor, but then it would have looked weird against the silver bar, I think. And I kind of already did that with the shower room. So, thinking back to it, I think I tend to do that in Minecrafty style games. I tend to build above ground, like I tend to put the foundation like right at ground level and then dig down. It's not wrong, just different. Oh, I know it's not wrong. I don't do things wrong. If it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully when we get to the point where we're building up the Isle of Awakening, we can talk. Uh-oh. We can kind of talk. No, 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 nope, nope, nope. Get the hell away from there. No. Okay. Yeah, hit me. Don't hit the building. Hit me. Nope. Over here. Okay. All right. We were able to minimize the damage this time. Oh, we really minimized the damage this time. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I wanna talk architecture when we actually get to when we're building up the Isle of Awakening, because I have a lot of thoughts that came to me while I was learning Minecraft. I have a couple architectural styles that I may want to recreate in this game. It's weird in this game because roofs are not important. And in fact, you are not really expected to have roofs. So that throws me off a bit. Okay, so we need... Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the bell for that. It's exactly the same. Your Minecraft build's always at the foundation ground level, then you dig down. Yeah. I've done a couple weird things in, I don't know. I've done a couple weird things in Minecraft. One of the coolest cities I ever built, I built like a jungle city. I built it on the coast of a jungle, and I built everything elevated. Like, I built everything on like wooden walkway. What the fuck just happened there? Did they just disappear inside this guy? The stone guy's still trying to get that poop out. Oh god. I think he yeeted them. Let's see. All right, we need some light sources. I have a... Oh, I can't really... Oh, I need more torches is what I need. Monster Hunter is super fun even with randos. One of the wyverns flew away from us, so I started Kabuki dance after, and the others followed suit. That's cute. I like that. He said beds, right? Some simple beds and let's do 2 screens, just because it doesn't matter. Hopefully this will cover it. Curtains, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What would I do without you, chat? I'll look around too. Coitons. It's coitons for you. I can. Okay. That's right. We were using cotton for something. So we need to get ourselves some more. Man, we've been playing for over an hour, and I have not left town, other than to grab some quick resources. I'm really enjoying the building tonight, and also the yammering. I know you have cotton in you. Would it actually be easier to go to the Oasis? Did Oddish ever fall down the abyss called Stardew Valley? Oh, you must have never heard my take on Stardew Valley. So I started playing Stardew Valley not long ago, and I loved it. I was super into it. But I've only ever played one. Okay, that's not working. So hang on. The only Harvest Moon game I ever played was actually the PS2 one, which my understanding is that's like one of the weakest ones. That tends to be one that people don't really care for, but I fell in love with it. I really liked it. So Stardew Valley was kind of like a whole new paradigm of building and managing things. He didn't mean here. He meant Marshroom? Southeast Tunnel? You mean here? I'm gonna look around the mine for a second. Wait, do I want to go south? Yes, I want to go south. So I started playing Stardew. I loved it. My farm was a big functional mess. Like I didn't lay out anything very intelligently, but I was doing fine. I was growing crops. I was making profits. I was fishing, which was the important thing. I got super into the fishing in that. So the first year goes by and I'm doing great. I got tons of money. I think I was actually like ahead of the curve. And I've been peeking at stuff online. I'd seen all the crazy ass farms that other people had made online. I was like, oh man, like, so I should really buckle down and like make something cool out of my farm. So for year 2, I tore up like everything I had done, all my makeshift fields, I relocated my barns, my silo, and everything. I started planting like a fruit tree grove and stuff. And it turned it into work. It turned it into too much work, and I stopped enjoying it. And I ultimately found myself disappointed with my farm, and I just kind of stopped playing. So I kind of ruined Stardew for myself. And I kind of want to go back to it someday. There we go. And give it another try with a more... Knowing what I know now, that I really shouldn't push myself to do anything too complicated with it. But it was a bit more than that too. I didn't really like what time constraints there were in the game. I didn't really like the pace at which days passed or the pace that seasons passed. And I see somebody, yeah, Spellbot, I like Graveyard Keeper as a more chill version of Stardew. I completely agree. I think ultimately I preferred Graveyard Keeper to Stardew Valley because it actually had a more chill feel to it overall. Because there was even less time constraint to it. And there were a lot of things that I liked about Graveyard Keeper. I liked the atmosphere of it. I liked the tone of it. I liked the different things you could do in it. So yeah. Stardew is something we might end up doing for chill nights in the very, very distant future. I don't think it would be the next game we played after Dragon Quest Builders, but it's definitely in consideration. So I know Fury Fighter. I can't wait to see what you send me in Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing's going good. I have what do I have in Animal Crossing now? I have the upgraded resident services. I have a campsite. I haven't checked it out because it opened today, but I got the Mabel and her sister to move in and open up a clothing store. So I'm pretty excited about that because playing dress up in that game is one of my favorite things to do. How many residents do I have? Rocket, Dom, Cranston, Annabelle, Eunice, Rodney, Camo Frog. I have 7 residents already. And I love every single one of them. They're all adorable. Rodney has the coolest fucking house you have ever seen. I posted a picture of it in our Discord, in our Animal Crossing channel. I want to live in his house in real life. It is fucking rad. Dude's got a pinball machine, a gumball machine, an arcade like an arcade cabinet. He's got like the Ruby Tuesdays themed restaurant wallpaper that's just all license plates and shit. He's got a sweet ass jukebox. I love Rodney. Yes, I have Animal Crossing. We've done 2 Animal Crossing streams. I streamed Animal Crossing the night it came out, and I got my start here. And then last week, actually, Manic. I don't remember if it was before you found the channel, or you might just not have been there. But we had a builders night where early into the 3rd hour we started just chatting, and the conversation turned to Animal Crossing, and I was like, fuck it, I'll open up the island. So I switched to streaming Animal Crossing, and I had a bunch of viewers come and hang out on our island. You got the clothes store. Your island is just your house and the island resources. Start with Rainy and Teddy. I had no idea there were so many residents. Like someone else in our Discord linked all the residents' birthdays. I did not know there's at least one resident for every single day. It's crazy. They all have distinct voices. It's amazing. Suggested Stardew CJB cheat menu for time freeze option takes a lot of the pressure off. I would consider that, actually. You went to bed too early? Yeah, unfortunately. We did it after midnight here. So yeah, it was super late. You did. You made my daughter's Apple TVs and chairs. They love those things, by the way. They absolutely adore those. They're front and center in both their houses. Yeah, my island is me and both of my daughters. So they do most of the playing each day. I give them each an hour a day to do whatever they want. They run around. My 4-year-old's actually getting the hang of it. She's starting to understand what she needs to make things, and she goes around, she whacks trees, and she whacks rocks. She replaces tools when they break and stuff, so. I thought I saw something else. Did somebody mention something about Gleaner Heights? That name sounds familiar. Sorry, chat goes fast sometimes when I'm rambling. Okay, before we go to bed tonight, let's go ahead and make those curtains. I have Moose, which is a mouse that looks like Elvis or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Can't decide which. That's awesome. That's really cute. It's supposed to be a Twin Peaksy Stardew. I think you mentioned it before. You might have, actually. Actually, I had an idea a long time ago. I got into the game industry because I wanted to make games, and I no longer really want to make games, but I still have ideas for games from time to time. And I really wanted to make, at one point, a, this is not gonna be a bedroom, don't even think about it. I wanted to make, like, a horror-themed Stardew Valley. Let me get this set up, and then I'll, ramble on about that. It seems like some folks have beaten me to the concept, but, was this all we needed? Yep, that was all we needed. The miners' morale increases. They're now able to mine more metal. Yeah, so I wanted to make a Stardew Valley that was like, I had an idea a long time ago, a biography about it. Somewhere in this house, I have a notebook full of game concepts. And over time, I scaled back further and further and further to think of stuff that I could actually make. And at this point, I'm like, if I ever do get the time to work on a game concept, it's either going to be a like traditional tile-based roguelike or an idle clicker. I think that's all I have the capacity for myself. You had Sears controllers just when I tried it. Most of your horror farm games are crap. Got tired of seeing Lakeview Valley videos on YouTube, speaking of that. I still need to play more of Lakeview Valley. I streamed it one night. The developer's super cool. The developer actually gave me the key for it, but I keep putting it off. The Lakeview games are really cool, but they also require a bit of mental investment to figure out what the hell is going on in them. You'd hire some programmers and artists to bring your ideas to life and pay them exposure. Oh, God. As a creative, I could not balk any harder at that phrase. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to make I wanted to make a horror Stardew that's like in a Dust Bowl situation, where like you inherit your uncle's farm or whatever, but like the place is just destitute. Like there is absolutely no way you could possibly make a living there, and like the whole area is dying. But there are demons that live in and around the farm that will offer you deals to help you revitalize the farm if you do things for them. And like in true corrupting fashion, it would start out as like little minor things like bring them live animals, and then like work its way up to like steal crops from your neighbors, and then if you end up sticking with them for a long time, like starting a cult and having to like sacrifice people to them. Or you could try to make it on your own and see how far you could get with like the demons constantly whispering in your ear, but like trying but trying to do the right thing. Oh my God, y'all. else needs to go here? So that was my great video game concept that will never get made. None of them involve having like the game sacrifice but farm. See, that's a total missed opportunity there. 4, 5, and 6 secret force that decides to fight over a failing southern rural town. Thought I'd offer you this great job. You know, I'm a big time streamer with views in the double digits, so you can get a lot of exposure. You know, I'm kind of a big deal. Your museum should be complete. Oh my God, Manic, you've actually finished your museum? That's crazy. I know Hieronymus. He's not in chat tonight, but he managed to finish just the fossil wing, and I was blown away at that. He immediately got pat down as he finished. Everyone crowded in the room. That's great. I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy rambling and wanting to fix my light sources. Pulled a blinder, Miku. It's exactly how he imagined it. It does look pretty good if I say so myself. Now all I need is someone to help me relax. Gosh, that's a quaint little room you've got there, Digby. It looks ever so relaxing. Why, it seems just a place for a massage, and I'll have you know my back rubs are the best in the business. Did somebody say back rubs? Back rubs! Perhaps we could help. We'd love to help. Some people say our mere presence is like a massage for the soul. Yeah, who? Not finishes in all things, I mean finished in construction. Oh. Never mind. Well, still, that's also very exciting, because those first few days, when you're just like hoarding stuff to give to the museum, are the hardest. Each of them have their own flaws and strengths. One's green force that hates the factories and steel mill and paper factory. Plus a crop growing where you're never good with animals. It's pretty interesting, Dirkus. That ain't... Oh no, that's exactly what you meant. Don't fight it. You just wait there. We's gonna try it on. We'll be back in a little moment. Just beat him up. Let him have it, girl. Like absolutely dazzling art. Oh my God. Get in there. Yeah. Forget cooking mama. We got massaging mama. I do not have enough wine for this. House is absolutely crowded with exhibits to give to Blathers once he's ready. Yeah, I had like an entire field full of like aquarium tanks and stuff. Taking more than half the floor space, so. Huh? You actually don't look half bad. I had me doubts, but I reckon this is another jewel in the crown for Khrumbul-Dun. Gotta agree. Gotta agree. I mean, if you can... Whoa! What was that? Miku monsters coming, must get ready. Oh shit, really? Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, she's fine. Be nice. You can work it, work it. Like another wave of monsters closing. Apparently it didn't learn their lesson last time. The children Hargon must be serious about stopping us getting this place back in action. Finally got that poop out. They don't scare me this time. Let's teach them a lesson they won't forget. Are you ready to rumble? Hell yes. I like to hear. How about you, Goalie Rocks? You ready to rock? Be ready. We protect Khrumbul-Dun. Protect friends. Protect Babs. Let's do this crazy cultist Khrumbul-Dun clobbering. Yes. Let battle commence with the forge. All right, we just gotta get out here. Up. Get that attack power up. Oh, everybody's poisoned. That's no good. Alright. Oh my god, imagine if this game had like Devil May Cry combat in it. That'd be amazing. Especially with these enemies that doink themselves in the head. Oh shit. Wow, I literally almost killed myself with that. Hang on. I'm a moron. What the? No, Miku, drink. Heal thyself. I can't believe I did that. Oh, Absol, I didn't see that you were asking about the villagers. I thought you were telling me to die. I was like, buddy, what did I ever do to you? Yeah, I missed the prompt for that. What was it? It's like, oh, there it is. I found it. Boom. Hey, every bomb betraying me, I fed up with this world. Level up. Did bomb yourself make sense? It almost kills you. It would have been fair, really. Narath gets stronger. Mika reaches level 17. Her maximum HP increase. Victory. High five. Damn, those children of Hargon. They just won't let this lie. Certainly up for a fight, which is more than can be said for some people. Surge or Delia Den, where do you disappear to when the fighting starts? Babs isn't exactly dressed in armor. She's barely dressed in anything. That doesn't stop her rushing the front lines when we're under attack. It's merely a matter of human nature. If the bars are damaged, one can easily rebuild them, but a mortal wound cannot be so easily remedied. Don't be so hard on him, Malroth. Fighting ain't for everyone, you know. We'll only do more harm than good if we force people to pick up a sword when they don't wanna. Anyway, if they ain't ready to fight yet, we'll just have to fight double R in their place. Ain't that right, Miku? Yep, 1600 damage, yeah, Malroth, you're the best. Anyway, enough fighting talk. Here, Goldilocks, didn't you say you had an idea where we might find some gold? Ah, yes, me remember. Me have this. Give to Miku. A flute fragment. Get some strength back, some memory come back too. That very important thing me give you. Me remember now. But only half, need find other half. Make flute of legend, find what you seek. Flute of time. That, of course! We just roll back time to when the mine was still active, and the gold was plentiful. And put the broken flute back together, we can use it to search for gold. That mine is huge. Looking for half an old flute will be like finding a needle in a haystack. Where do we even start? I'm sure someone has a quest. Oh! Hello, nurse. Now find the other half of that flute, perhaps we might be able to help. Yes, yes, we know lots of thingies about the mine. You live in a place like that for so long, you hear things, not voices, stories. And we hear that there's a place deep underground that might be worth exploring. Deep underground, you say? Wait a second, I think I know exactly the place you mean. Going on ahead, Miku. Meet me down by the old lift, yeah? Miku? You're off underground to search for the other piece of the flute, ain't you? Here, I want you to take these. Oh, thank you. I was gonna make some more stuff for myself anyway. I don't know how tasty they are, but at least you'll have a bite to eat in case you get peckish. Now, if you love birds are quite finished, this flute fragment isn't gonna find itself. It has to find it instead. Dougie said to be waiting for you by the old lift. Long way down. Can it warp there? We're gonna start some smelting and go to bed. And then we'll get on that. Put some of this stuff away. I want to make... It's absolutely an ocarina. It's 100% ocarina. Make some more jigger. Just randomly place a bomb in the middle of town on accident? Yeah. I really can't be trusted with those things, honestly. Really can't. Might as well just smelt up the rest of the silver. You smelt it, dealt it. I cannot wait to get just one piece of gold. Just one. So I can make my dragon mail. I mean, like, the Dragon's Bane will be nice too. But really, I just want this armor. I want this armor so bad. Anyway, I don't want to deal with you. I'm going to bed. No, I'm not. I don't want to talk to... Shut up, Den. Remember the Explorer Elves checklist trying to find everything? Yeah, if I can get a hold of 3 gold, that'll be perfect. I mean, presumably, Morgoth, Magrog. Magrog's gonna want 5 lumps of gold. Anyway, so we're gonna have to hustle up some anyway. Explore aisles checklist. Trying to find everything. What of it? It really takes a while to be able to finish the silver bar. Let's go ahead and play some more of these. Okay. Well, we'll get going then. Oh, y'all. All right, cool. Off we go. So back to the old lift. So this is, okay. So this is where we were hunting all the bag dudes. And that's where we fought that big ugly ogre guy last time. Loosely remember what all is down here. His name was Shrek. There you are, Miku. This is the spot old Ordelia was talking about. Echo Far, buddy, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. How's it going? What's up? We're looking for gold, and we still ain't found it because we just started. I've been building and yapping all night. Judging by the look of these rocks, there should be a cave on the other side. And the way me delts are drumming, I'd say there's treasure somewhere nearby. Dead tired bed is calling. Echo Far, tomorrow night we're doing FTL. I'm gonna try a new thing on Wednesdays. I'm gonna start a roguelike, and I'm gonna keep at it until we beat it. And FTL is gonna be the first one we do. So if you want to help me, not so secret anymore, now is it? Yeah, y'all, the secret game for tomorrow is FTL with backseating. I want to be backseated until I beat this game. And one with the hammer, see if you can smash away through. The muscles ain't never been mistaken. Do my... Oh, wait, I don't need that. I can just do Mega Bash. Boom! Thanks again for the raid, buddy. I really appreciate it. Boom. I can't remember if I get do I get infinite chords? I don't even remember anymore. See, Miku, I told you there was a cave on the other side of that wall. This miner's got an eye for these things. I did get Mega Bash. It's so nice, yes, so incredibly nice. Yeah, it was... It might have been when I got the new hammer. No. I think we had to level up a certain amount for Malroth to be like, hey, guess, you know what you can do? Goddess knows what horrors are lurking in the shadows down here, but I'll stick to it. I gotta find the other piece of the Echo Flute. We'll never get our hands on that gold. I like the way this game simplifies and removes some of the tedium from Minecraft grinding. I totally agree. I love the whole exploration isle concept where you can just unlock infinite basic materials. It's gonna make building up the Isle of Awakening so much more fun. That and your new hammer, you can completely landscape. Yep. So yeah, I think when we're done with this island, we're gonna take like a stream or two maybe to really start dolling up the Isle of Awakening. Because I want to give the poor furrow fielders who came with us a proper place to live. And I imagine some folks are gonna come back with us from Khrumbul-Dun, so we'll want to build up their section of the island too. So there's gonna be a lot of building once we finish this island. Turn into a giant abyss. Morning, Cornuto. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Telling someone earlier about how this game gives you a sweet movement ability early on. Those conveniences never stop piling up. Yeah, it makes this game just an absolute joy to play. Just so nice. By the way, since we're talking about stuff, now that Cornuto's here, Cornuto, the secret game for tomorrow night is FTL. I'm gonna try this thing on Wednesdays where we play a roguelike until I beat it, because I've never beaten FTL. And there's gonna be tons of backseating if you want to help me try and beat it. Also, the current vote for our next Saturday game is going to end this Saturday, I think. Because if we don't, we're either going to finish the ring or we're going to be super close to finishing it. So if you haven't voted for our next Saturday game, now is the time to do it. And then we'll start the next vote the following Monday, because we're also getting close to the end of Hitman 2, or at least our plans for it. Yeah, I already found one metal slime, and I got some metal slime from it. I found El Dorado, yeah, seriously. The Isle of Awakening gets you started on a mega project, but then tries to kick you off it for a lengthy section. Resist anything that sounds like a fight brewing if you want to keep everyone going. Okay, cool. Cool, good to know. It's absolutely enormous. It's an ancient temple built by the builder who came to this island bleeding ages ago. They say a huge earthquake buried it down here. Should be halfway or more through the ring. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish it this Saturday, just because I don't know if I could take another week of that thing. 24-hour stream. No, it's not until done. But every Wednesday we're gonna do FTL until I manage to beat it on normal. And we're gonna start on easy. So it's gonna be at least, I mean, it should, unless I manage to two-shot it on Wednesday, but I don't think that's happening. 3 months of Ringu. If you hadn't told me where the giant monkey was, it might have been. You don't say, man, this builder was the same one our own hairy hermit friend told us about back in the Isle of Awakening. One thing's clear, though. The children of Hargon haven't wrecked the place yet. Maybe they don't even know it's here. Ring is not much of a game. It's quite a bit of something. This must be where Dealey was talking about. Maybe the other half of the flute is somewhere inside. And this is only it is beyond game. And this is only one concept I have for Wednesday streams too. I've got some other ideas that I want to do. Since depending on what we end up playing next on Saturday, it might be a pretty big time investment, so I may end up doing some Retro Console Wednesdays as well. There are some games that I've been meaning to notch off my list. But we'll see. That can wait until after FTL. I did say giant monkey. What game is in the lead with the vote? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell y'all, because I think most people here have voted already. It's currently Shining Force 2. It's not the huge blowout that Hitman 2 was, but it's a significant lead. Obviously. Ain't seriously thinking of going inside there, are ya? So scared me pecs is pulsating like nobody's business. I thought your muscles only twitched when there was treasure around? If you're genuinely terrified, then maybe you should stay here. You'd only hold us back. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some Retro Console Wednesdays because I know Shining Force is gonna take us a while. Especially since I've never played a Shining Force game before. Yeah, good idea. You're much better at this stuff than I am. Sure you can find the flute fragment without me. Now you're in there getting chased around by ghosts, ghoulies, and goddess knows what. Go and tidy up the entrance to the tunnel. We left a right pigsty. Cheerio! Stop your Shining Force 2 run now because you hit a wall. Enemies ahead of you too strong, enemies behind too weak. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how it treats me. Okay, now work to Ancient Temple. Sweet. This place is big. Also, can I wreck it? I cannot wreck the temple. Oh, I can wreck the stairs. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, honestly. I mean, the games that I pick for votes, I'm looking forward to. Oh, we need keys. I'm looking forward to regardless. This is absolutely 100% a battle arena. Yeah, we're not doing Street Fighter 2 until done. That could take forever. That might actually take longer than Shining Force. This music's sweet. I like this. This is locked from the other side. Huh. I guess I just need to go into the big death arena, huh? Alright, fine game. Alright, fine game. You talked me into it. And they do a really good job with the pre-made areas in this game. They look really good. Yeah, I completely agree, Manic. was thinking the same thing. They put a ton of effort in this game, and it really shows. And it makes the game more fun to play, knowing like the degree of effort that went into it. Like just seeing how detailed the areas are, like the fantastic localization job they did. Yeah. Perfect game for nights like this. I love it. Street Fighter 2 Ultra Mega Optimus Prime Deus Ex Machina is your favorite version? Yeah, I never played Championship Edition, so I never played with like OG Cammy or T-Hawk or DJ. Or who's the fourth guy? Fei Long? Long Fei? It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Bet this place is full of secret rooms and deadly traps. This is gonna be so much fun! I agree, Malroth. Bruce Lee, thank you. I knew it was one of those. Look at that, Miku. I rented Street Fighter 2 Turbo when I was a kid. Because it was one of those games that looked really cool in Nintendo Power, but I wasn't sure I'd like it enough to actually buy it. And I think I beat it on one of the lower difficulties, and that was it. Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series. Sounds more like a Guilty Gear Arc Systems Works fighter than Street Fighter. Super Championship Extra Street Fighter 2 EX Plus Alpha 3rd Straight Turbo Mode, now a Splendid featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series and Big Bird. Oh my god. Well, you all know me. I'm much more of a King of Fighters guy myself. See the statues on either side? It looks like 2 of them are missing. Doesn't that strike you as odd? Oddish plays Mugen Knight. That would probably make a pretty good Hell Knight Fury Fighter. Get for Big Bird. Big Bird would whip ass. It's a big ass bird when you get down to it. Birds can do some serious damage. Reckon those statues are hidden somewhere in these ruins. If we can find them and put them back on their plinths, it might open the way to a secret treasure room or something. Where to start looking? Miku, over here. Looks like this door's unlocked. Let's see what's inside. Play one fighting with Barney in it. What I never really got into that everyone else did was Mortal Kombat. So I had an interesting experience with Mortal Kombat because I played Mortal Kombat 2 at a friend's house when I was a kid, and I didn't really get into it. It was too hard for me. I never really adjusted well to fighting games with block buttons. But then when Mortal Kombat 11 was coming out, I got super sucked into their marketing, and I ended up getting it at launch and really enjoying it. I'm terrible at it. I am like catastrophically bad at it, but I really enjoy playing it. Puzzle times. Yeah, I'm excited for puzzle times. Oh, Cornudo, your PC's coming today. I'm so happy for you, dude. I know this has been a long time coming, so I hope you enjoy the hell out of it. I haven't touched a fighting game since Skullgirls. I still need to try Skullgirls. A friend of mine gave it to me like years ago, and I still haven't played it. President of UFC is planning on flying fighters to a mystery island for matches. I heard about that. MKX was fun. I've heard a lot of people had more fun with MKX than MK11. I really love the way MK11 looks. It is easily the most incredible fighting game I've ever seen. Jurassic UFC, oh my god. If unclean touch be so forbidden, then by what power be movement bidden? Summon hence the stone of red, the fields of blue, its resting bed. Unclean touch, but I watched earlier. What exactly are we supposed to summon? This makes 0 sense. Sign said something about red stone and blue field. Any ideas? I think so. Okay. I can't open this. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of this junk. I can't pick that up. Oh. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. The puzzle is now impossible? You need those blocks of sand? Can I just put down my own blocks of stuff? Yeah, I can. Doink. And then probably one here. There we go. Hey, Smokey, what's up, buddy? You've been getting the issue building a new PC lately. It'll probably be a while before you can pull it together. It's a pretty big investment. What's that in the chest? A key? I really like these puzzles. They do require like a modicum of thinking. Like they're not completely mindless, but they're not the kind of puzzles you get really stumped on either. Boxes are red, spaces are blue without the sand. There's not much you can do. Latter ones are a bit rough. Okay, I'll look forward to those. It's fucking music. Maybe we'll open that door over there. Come on, Miko. Let's keep going and see if we can find one of those statues. Let's do it. Quick clank. What we got in here? Man, this temple looks cool. I love this. Get on. You can break the door and take it? Really? Is this trying to tell me something? The music design for this entire game is amazing, yes. Especially because I played the original Dragon Quest II. Like, hearing all the homages to the different themes in that game is fantastic. Trap ain't real. Okay. Trap is real! You lie! It's Dark Souls all over again! Holy shit, that's doing a shit ton of damage to Malroth. He's almost dead. This game is incredibly subtle. Mimics aren't traps, they're monsters. Oh, you think lights too. Give me lights. I got a portcullis. I know, it's always my fault. I might have uttered Dark Souls. That might be a thing I said. Portcullis, remember this. If unclean touch be so forbidden, then by what power be movement bidden? Summon hence the stones of red to feel the blue its resting bed. But lest the red stone move too far, well-placed blocks shall movement bar. Place blocks in their proper station and guide red to its destination. Another riddle, and this one seems a bit more difficult than the last one. Let's think. Sign said something about placing blocks to stop the red stone moving too far, but where are we supposed to put them? I'll leave this to you, I can't get my head around it. Alright, oh, well, there goes that one. I just committed the cardinal sin of video game reviewers by comparing something to Dark Souls. They want you to guide communism. I already spoke to my inner voice, and we've agreed to restart. What was it? Mazov something communism. Mazov something economics. Boop. Used to review video games for a website, really? Was it anything we might have heard of? Hey, look, I'm a genius. Man, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but I have my own website linked below where I review games. I've been doing it for like 6 years now, just as a hobby. Pretty sure you can break the magnets and seal them? Nah, they're woobin'. They're woobin' at me. Yeah, I know. Aw. Got some insight into how the game review business works. Oh. Well, that's pretty interesting. Take the fountain. Take the fountain. Oh, it's whooping at me too. Damn it. It would be really cool to use the magnets. Like, I don't even know what I would use them for, but it would be really cool. Can I take the... Ha! I can take your carpet. Fuck you, dungeon. My carpet now. Reveal the website, reveal it. The game worked if you could turn it on, have it play automatic 4 points out of 10. Really? So they had like editorial mandates for that, huh? I had a game that was pure garbage, tried to give it 3.2 and was told no? Wow. Try to break and steal as much as you can. I love the layout of these places so much, I kind of don't want to disturb them. I love them just the way they are. Also, I'm gonna beat up this. Give me that healing shit that I have not used the entire game. Sort of an amateur writer? That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, my day job is actually editor. I work for a video game company in localization, editing the translations. And so, you know, I do a lot of writing in my free time as well, and I turned it into a review website. So, oh cool. Ooh, I got music. Let's stash that. Really don't follow game reviews anymore, just watch gameplay and try to find the demos. Leaving the lights? Yeah. I don't know if I actually want to use those for anything, so. Did I actually not pick up the chest? I don't know. It's not unimportant. I have like so many of those chests. When I played, oh, hi guys. When I played, what the hell is that game called? What's that game called? Terraria. When I played Terraria, I looted all the chests in that game, and I ended up having a fancy chest full of fancy chests. So I just kept taking them. No offense, most of the shit show laid. Oh no, dude, no, absolutely. I think times have changed. I think the rise of streaming and influencers has, in a lot of cases, kind of outmoded traditional written reviews. Like, why read somebody's thoughts on a game where you can just watch your favorite streamer and get their thoughts in real time, and then just tune out when you've seen enough of the game, you know? You know, you don't have to go to these big websites like GameSpot or IGN and like try to track down a decent writer who isn't shilling for something anymore. You can just find a streamer you like and be like, dude, have you played X? Do you like it? You know? It's a whole new paradigm of like having an extremely online friend who you can ask about games, you know? I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to do here, you know, with indie variety nights and reader's choice stuff, is like play stuff that you guys are interested in hearing opinions on and seeing in action, so that you can make more informed choices when you go to pick up new games. The review is just someone telling you your opinion. Anyone can do that. Yeah, essentially. Doing it well and having good perspective, that is, yeah. There is a challenge. Anyone can tell you how they feel about a game, but not everyone can fully elucidate their points, you know? Review can provide an overall glimpse of something that watching a bit of a stream can't, though. I mean, I agree with that. Like, I do think that you will get more useful information out of a good review than from an influencer. But I also think it's harder to find good reviews than it is to find a decent influencer at this point. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Manic. I completely agree. These days you tend to go by what friends say as well as what your gut tells you, get maximum amusement of a certain type. Yeah, I think those are the fortunate people who have enough friends who have similar and varied enough tastes, where if there's a game you're interested in, you can be like, hey, who here has played this? And somebody's gonna be, I played it, it sucked, don't get it. Or like a couple people like, yeah, we all picked it up and we all think it's pretty cool, so. PC Gamer's review of RE3 is a good example of trash reviewing. What did they do for RE3? I know one of the big outlets gave RE2 Remake a shitty review because they... I shouldn't say this out loud, but because they only played through one of the routes and then slammed the game for being too short or something. Whereas a real proper reviewer would play through one of the routes and then give the game a thumbs up based on that experience. Look, there's nothing wrong with playing through half a game and reviewing it, as long as your review is objectively correct. They played unassisted and then dared to say the game was too short and easy. I don't think I've ever had anyone so mad at me for not playing a game long enough to give it a positive review. I've had plenty of people get mad at me for playing a game for like 30 minutes and giving it a negative review because I hated it so viscerally. But this is an entirely new experience for me. Speaking of someone who didn't like RE3 very much, I actually want Remake. What even is objectively correct anyways? It's bullshit. There's no such thing as objectively correct. That was the joke right there. Don't ever. That's one thing. If you pulled an IGN, there's no going back after that. Ooh, that cuts deep. That cuts deep. No, that is one thing I hate about gaming culture is people that go around and try to put forth objectively correct opinions about games. They don't exist. It's all entirely subjective. You know. There really are no objectively good or objectively bad games. Like the best, your favorite game in the world, the best game you have ever played in your entire life is going to be hated by somebody for absolutely legitimate reasons. You know, my favorite, case in point, my favorite game of all time is Invisible Ink. And I know more than a handful of people that hate that game. And they have perfectly good reasons for hating it. They hate the time limits in it. They hate elements of balance. They hate some of the enemy types. They hate the art style. It's all subjective, you know? All I can do is sit here and sing the praises of a game. It's entirely within the rights of others to go out and sing a completely counter song to that, you know? I don't have a problem with people preaching against Invisible Ink because I have just as much right as them to preach for it. And there's no objective right or wrong perspective on it. Remember the garbage game was a Spider-Man game on GBA and it was just horrible. The controls are bad, the music was repetitive, and the balance is atrocious. There was no sense of continuity and glitches were everywhere. Deadly Premonition is the best game ever and the people who hate it are complete tits. See, case in point, I can't play Deadly Premonition. I've tried on 2 separate occasions, and it's too jank. I can't do it. Like, I would not be able to recommend that game to people. And I know that there are people out there who consider it like the best game ever made. And I can see hints of that brilliance, but I can't get to it myself. So, and I'm not gonna get into a fight with anyone over it. Fighting over video games is the dumbest thing. It's the dumbest thing. It's such a huge indictment of whatever gamer culture there is, you know? I mean, I don't really like to think of it in those terms at all, because I mean, it's not like we look at like movie-goer culture or book reader culture. It's a medium like any other. Like, everyone can come here and experience games and have opinions on them. So I don't really like gamer culture as a concept to begin with, but the fact is it's kind of like large portions of it have kind of congealed into something horrible and toxic. And if people don't acknowledge that and speak out against it, it's just going to like ferment and bubble up bigger. Are we on the rating Final Fantasy portions of the evening now? My favorite part. You know, I actually stopped after 10 too. It wasn't intentional. But I didn't play the MMO. I played 10 too, and I loved 10 too. But I didn't play the MMO. 12, I got a really bad impression of 12 from my friends at the time, so I had no interest in playing that. I tried playing 13 like 2 or 3 years ago and just fucking hated it. Made me very sad. 10-2 is a misogynistic slap in the face? I feel like 10-2 had a lot of female fans. I don't know. It's not really my place to comment on that aspect of the game, but I really enjoyed it. Oh shit, Hieronymus. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I see you snuck in here. Technically stopped after 11. I came back to try a few different games and side games and things, but Where's Legend of Dragoon remakes Sony? I did play 10, yes. 10 is my second favorite Final Fantasy of all time, after 6. X2 had a magnificent combat system, yes. Absolutely grand. In the trash next to the original one. Your hardcore reader pimped out my bookshelves with liquid cooling and RGB, got a selection of overclocked bookmarks you plebes would not be able to get a hold of. Might get sponsored by Hot and Mifflin, maybe a little brown. Living that reader lifestyle. Spellbot, I will never measure up to that. You've only ever played Final Fantasy 6 to 7? I mean, that's 2 of the best ones, so. It's interesting. It's like... 6 to me is like the best of like the old school 2D generation. And then 7 is like the big swerve into like the modern 3D, more sci-fi influenced Final Fantasies. So, you gotta read your books in an automotive racing chair. Started to play 10, but got RTCW. I'm blanking. What is that? 10's your third favorite. Talk about Yuna, born in a religious background, taught to sacrifice herself, trained not to question, but over the course of her journey, she grows as a person, begins to question, stands up for what she believes in, her character development is amazing. I agree with that. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That's right. Man, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I loved that when it came out. I played all the way through it. It's hard, but I played all the way through it. I tried to revisit it a couple of years ago, and it beat my ass. I have no idea how I played that as a kid. Played 4, 7, 8, Tactics, Tactics 2, and 14. E.T. was great. Go to 10-2 where she's a pop star, abandons her career because she needs her boyfriend. I'm not sure it's fair to boil down Yuna's motivation to that degree. Because if you've found your true love and then they cease to be, and then you find out years later that there's a chance that they could return to you, I mean, wouldn't you drop everything for that? And I mean, it's by her own agency that she's doing that too, so. Also, pop star. If her chosen career it's pop star, it's not like she can't just go on hiatus and come back. I mean, if there's one job that you can walk away from and then return to, come on, man. Oh yeah, this chair is off the hook. Built-in rumble speakers tied to page turns. Perfect title angle for hot eyes on book action. Burned a lot of hours on it. Shame everything else splash damage did mostly flop. Yeah. Yeah, splash damage is a bit... Their story is pretty unfortunate. I worked on Dirty Bomb for a while. I actually like Dirty Bomb. I thought that was pretty fun. But I think Dirty Bomb, like, didn't Dirty Bomb come out like the same year Overwatch did, if I remember correctly? I mean, should gone to try and find right away. I'd be a lot more okay with that. Gears Tactics. Dimly remember hearing about that. All right. Well, I've been yammering so long I forgot what I was doing, which is not unusual for me. Hot take: 2 Worlds is the room of gaming. All right. Well, we found a thing. And a chest I can't open. Huh, okay. Weird way for that to operate. I liked it a lot, but I don't know if it's fair to put in the same category as other Final Fantasy games. It's a very different kind of game. Yeah, when people ask me about my favorite Final Fantasies, I really just talk about the main numbered series. I wouldn't even put like 10-2 up there. Like I'm really just looking at like 1 through 15 and not 11 or 14 either. I mean, part of it is just like convenience, because I don't want to have to try and factor in my opinions of like, because then like what all do you count? Like, yeah, do you count the spin-offs like Crisis Core? Do you count like World of Final Fantasy? Do you count the Saga games that were originally marketed as Final Fantasy games? Because then they would be pretty high up there for me too. So Dirty Bomb went in open beta a year before Overwatch. Dirge of Cerberus is the best. Oh my god. Crisis Core is good mainly because you keep getting to stab gacked clones in the face. Yeah, what the fuck happened with like the Final Fantasy VII extended universe? I never played any of the spin-offs, but I watched like a million years ago. I watched like a playthrough of Dirge of Cerberus, and like I read some stuff about Crisis Core. It's just like, what? The what? It's like it's like Kingdom Hearts. Like I feel like Final Fantasy, yeah, aggressively dumb. I feel like the Final Fantasy VII extended universe just got like impenetrable. Final Fantasy Spirits Within is the best Final Fantasy video game. I had gacked as a kid. You could squish it and make different. Oh yeah, and it would make the farty noises too if you squished it the right ways. Dirge of Cerberus gave Vincent a child girlfriend. Okay, we're done here. We are done here. Thank you. Good night. Ship. Yep. What? FBI, open up. You should look into the new ending for Final Fantasy VII Odyssey if you're tired of impenetrable nonsense. I'm trying to decide. Oh, you're right. I didn't pick up this chest. Y'all so smart. I'm actually trying to figure out what I want to do about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because I'm interested in it, but I don't know if I actually want to play it myself. It's either going to be real interesting or real bad. Yeah. I've heard Final Fantasy XIV's story, like I've heard a lot of people say it's actually one of the best RPG stories they've ever played. Which is fascinating statement to me. Because MMOs certainly have the potential to tell amazing stories, but I feel like in general they don't. They have a lot of potential to tell more unique long-form stories. This is gonna be the amazing. It's gonna be the end of Square Enix. I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna sell well enough, like just based on its pedigree, that they'll be fine. Like I feel like even if 7 Remake is gonna be terrible, like it's gonna have enough diehard fans going to bat for it that it'll be fine. Crisis Core is actually surprisingly good, mostly because it's so busy trying to fellate Sephiroth's best friend you never heard of in Final Fantasy VII. They just made Sephiroth kind of a pleasant, interesting guy. Fanboy's been clamoring for it for so long they've screwed up. I don't think anyone will forgive him. I mean, It's hard to tell. I feel like people are kind of pleased enough already with it. And I feel like people were already bracing for some weirdness because of the Final Fantasy VII Extended Universe. Friend, maybe sit and watch through the main plot of Shadowbringers is very good, but limited by the nature. You love the Star Wars, the Old Republic story, and the Secret World stories. I always meant to play Secret World. That's not the right key. That's the right key. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to play it for myself or if I want to watch somebody like Maximilian Dude or somebody play it. Somebody who's gonna get more hyped for it than I ever will for anything in my entire life. I feel like that might actually be a more fun experience than playing it myself. Sephiroth before the mansion incident was super nice. I kind of want to see a prequel where you play as him becoming the legendary hero he was before shit went to hell. I could stream Final Fantasy VII. Sometimes I think about streaming something like big and new and popular. I don't know, just doesn't seem like the best use of my time, really. I mean, if something big and new and popular comes out that I really want to play, I will stream that. But like in general, there isn't. That's not even working for me. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is interesting to me. A dirty Dogu appears. What the hell? Sings as hard as, well, a rock. You think you're gonna watch Max? That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Final Fantasy VII gonna be on your stream in a year. Shadowbringers story is solid, but having pad out certain bits and break it up for normal MMO activity, it hurts it. Give me an idea. Try giving it a crack with your hammer. Oh. Oh, cool. Can I super bust it? Boom. Funny, that actually did less damage, but it was easier to hit it with. Ow. Face a constructive defeat. Hammer beats rock. Nice smashing Miku, Jesus. If we meet any more rocky monsters that hammer yours should make light work of them. Oh? Looks like this door's locked too. Chances are the keys in one of those chests. Whoever runs this place should think about reviewing their security measures. Booms. Also, I'm taking all of your carpets. Oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah, I kind of feel like everyone on Twitch likes to imagine that they're gonna stream the hot new game and like everyone's gonna magically gravitate to their streams, but I feel like it never happens. Like I really don't like after being on here and like streaming for myself for a year and a half and watching tons of other streamers and how they conduct themselves, I really don't think there are those like big breakthrough moments. I think being a Twitch streamer, being a successful Twitch streamer is just about building a community. I really think that's all there is to it. And when you get down to it, that's the gratifying part about being a streamer anyway. So I don't really think it's worth anyone's time to like try and hunt down the next big thing. And can I have these bones? Oh, I can. I got dragon bones. That's cool. Because everyone does it. I mostly want to stream new stuff because it dodges spoilers. Did I get my sincere reaction? Yeah, that makes sense. Press the algorithm. Best thing you can do is choose a niche game for streaming. I agree. Yeah. The streamer I watch who plays nothing but classic XCOM. See, that's cool. Like my favorite streamer on Twitch. mostly plays old Star Wars games. And I watch him because I like Star Wars games, but also he's great. You know? Yeah, competing with the biggest streamers is generally not possible. Like, imagine if I got a key for that, what the fuck's it called? The game that came out today, Divergent or whatever, that I can't remember the name of. Like, imagine if I got a key for that. Imagine if I got a key for that. And took the day off from work and was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stream this hot new game and I'm gonna get all the views and everybody's gonna come here. The stream that I poked my head into today to see what it was had 100,000 viewers. Like, the people that want to see that game are either already following the big streamers that follow trends, or they're just gonna click on the first big streamer in the section, which is exactly what I did. You know? I didn't go hunt down some, like, small community streamer to see what this big new game was about. I clicked on, like, the first guy on the page. Because I only wanted to watch, like, 5 minutes, so. Yeah, I feel like there's two... That's where you fucked up. Hey, RMB. If you're early enough, you can be that first guy. I mean, with most of this stuff, no. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Streamers already have those keys. Like, some people are already streaming it. You know? I watch Grand Pooh Bear. Because I'm growing surprisingly attached to Mario Maker and Super Mario World ROM hack streams. And like he's a Mario streamer, and Square gave him an advanced key for Final Fantasy VII Remake. So even if I wanted to chase that unicorn has left the station. I would be running to catch up to that unicorn. For brand new games, you always go down the bottom of the list. I need to find someone who streams only MechWarrior 3 Mercenaries. Mario hacks are good stuff, yeah. Grand Pooh Bear and Barbarous King, I've grown surprisingly attached to their streams. Large streams are miserable. It depends. It depends. Like the two guys I mentioned, they average around like 3,000 viewers, but they manage their communities really well, and they're just entertaining people to watch. And they're surprisingly good about engaging with their viewers. Like I can like. There've been a lot of times where I've like asked Barb a question in chat. I haven't added him or anything. He's answered it. So you can definitely like there are definitely big streams out there that are good. I mean, of course, naturally the small streams on Twitch are the best, like bar none. Like there's no beating us, like easily. But I've definitely found big streams that I do enjoy. Lobo's Junior streams are also swarm, but he still talks to chat as best he can. He's a gem. Yeah, those are the big streamers I like. The ones that make an effort to still really engage with their community. But yeah, if they don't manage their community, if they don't manage their chat, it's hardly worth being there. Yeah, slow mode or like followers only. I don't like seeing subscriber-only chat, but I can also see when that's necessary. I know Maximilian Dude does that, because, I mean, sometimes this dude's got, like, 12,000 people watching him. Like, I don't think he has any other choice. especially if he's doing something big like Final Fantasy. Yeah. Encountering the mass aquatic Holy Red falls sadly static. Prevent its path from being drowned, and to its home the stone is bound. So we can't get it wet. Usually you see sub-only mode, usually with speedrunners. Yeah, if they wanna focus on stuff. I know Barbarous King, he's actually working on he's a pretty well-known Mario ROM hacker, and he's working on a big new ROM hack, and he streams development of it sometimes. And when he does that, he turns off notifications, and if he's really trying to focus, he'll put in sub-only. Anyone who lets biggest in their chat, I will not watch. Yeah, that just seems like a no-brainer. Like that should absolutely be zero tolerance no matter what. Though I can certainly acknowledge it must be a challenge for their moderation teams to keep up with that with huge chats, but it has to be done. That kind of shit has to be stamped out. So. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with it, but it might be a good idea to get rid of that water. I don't feel like getting my socks wet. You could do something out with that bottomless pot of yours. Or maybe... Whoa! Let's just put a fucking gate here. Can I do that? Game, can I do that? Oh my god, I love it. Can I just plug this thing? Oh, come on. Yeah, well. Alright, that solved one part of the puzzle. Let's see. Is there a way... Why does the gate stop water? It could just flow through. Can I can't place that there. Okay, hang on. If I bottomless pot this. Alright, that's just gonna fill back up really fast. So the holes are painted on. Alright, so the block is here. So we at least need to block the water going this way, but then I'm gonna need a way to get it through. And I feel like it needs to be this way. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, I think I got an idea. It's kind of a dumb, excessive idea, but I think I can do it. Okay, that was unnecessary. Yeah. Is that gonna work? Awkward, but okay. I will accept this. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna want to... I legit love puzzles like this. Oh, that's kind of not gonna work. Wait, what if... Can I... Hang on, can I... Okay, so it's gonna flow out that way then. We can fix that. And then maybe I can knock out the bottom here? And I can slide it under? I think I can. Alright, this is super weird, but I think it's gonna work. How's the Ring in Hitman 2 Mumbai? Ring... The Ring exists. It is a video game we played. Mumbai was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I actually, after I finished the stream, I ran a little late yesterday. After the stream finished, I actually went back and I did the double train kill. It was really fun. Like, I find myself... Don't expect much website content this week, because I think whatever free time I have, I'm actually going to be playing more Hitman 2. Ring is painful bad, but also hilariously bad writing and sound effects. Yeah. It's kind of breathtaking. No! No, I want the carpet. Oh, you stingy pricks. It gets worse. Oh, I can't wait. By the way, is this here for me? I think it is. In case I start starving down here. Yeah, the ring is very special. Give me all my blocks back. Oh shit, and give me the lantern too. 'Cause why the hell not? Wow, what a mansion. Stop it. Don't open that door. I still love that this worked. And can I open it? I can open it and let the water out. Oh, y'all. Oh, y'all. We're going to have to do this on the Isle of Awakening. We're going to have sluice gates. I think there are proper... Didn't we learn how to make proper, like, sluice gates on Frofield? The ring is not a game. It is an experience. Cannot argue with that. All right, so I got myself another gold key to something. Oh, back there. I would love to make an aqueduct. I was actually thinking about it back on Furrowfield. I was thinking about making a an aqueduct using the Dia tree and the water pouring off of it. So yeah, we should definitely do that on the Isle of Awakening. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Gee, I wonder what we're supposed to do here. Boom! Get wrecked. I got schnitzel? I'm gonna eat it. Oh, it's delicious. Schnitzel is delicious. But yeah, the vote, since we're talking about Hitman and the Saturday stream, the vote for the next Saturday stream is gonna end this Saturday, and I'll announce the winner then. Because I think we'll be able to finish the ring this Saturday, and then we'll start the vote for the next Monday game this coming Monday, because I think we've only got like 2 or possibly 3 more Hitman 2 streams left. So that'll give folks at least a few weeks to vote on our next Monday game. I am really excited about the next Monday game vote. They're all retro PC games. If I'm not mistaken, all the games are from 2000 or earlier. Odysseys of the First. I said it to Miku last stream. Turn back. Don't be such a scaredy cat, Miku. Now's not the time to turn back. It's time to press on. You didn't say anything. It's that creepy face thing. It's just trying to spook us. Let's ignore it and hope for the best, huh? Turn back. Turn back. God damn it, I said turn back. Turn bash. I mean, turn back. I see what you did there, face. Sucks to be you, I guess. Vile visage. Turn back. How about you get in my bag? The never-ending story. Was there a never-ending story video game? I fell in a hole. All right, you just should leave. Let's see if I can actually hang on to this one. Yeah, generally the question of was there ever a game of X is, the answer is usually yes. Text adventure with graphics on older computers. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, here's the other statue. Perfect. Yes, we found it. The second statue. Head back to the main chamber and put on the plinth. I'm sure something good will happen when we do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Malroth. Ever the eternal optimist, aren't you? Can't break those either. There's now a Dark Crystal video game, so who knows what the future will have, yeah. Wasn't somebody still working on a Dune video game, or am I thinking of something else? Where's that key? Get out of here. I'm gonna need you. A good thing. Might be debatably good. Funcom's making a Dune game. Okay, I'm not imagining things. I don't even remember where I heard that, but I know I heard it somewhere. Text Adventures games would tell you they don't know how to fuck. Westwood did. Westwood, before they made Command & Conquer, they made Dune RTSs, didn't they? And weren't they extremely highly well regarded? still hyped for the new Vampire the Masquerade game. I should probably get around to playing the old one. I played the original Bloodlines for like an hour, I think. Yeah, Dune 2 is like one of the original RTS games. I'm surprisingly hyped for the Command & Conquer remaster. I'm garbage at RTSs, but I really liked original CNC and original Red Alert. So I think I'm gonna pick those up when they come out. Or it's one package. The whole remaster is one package, and they're doing a lot of cool stuff with trying to remaster the FMVs and adding a bunch of outtakes and cool stuff. So, do Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines for Spooktober? That's not a bad idea. I think the Resident Evil fans in the audience are gonna fight you over that one, since we've already been talking about an RE marathon. But it's definitely something to consider. I think the community would enjoy doing that one. Brace yourself. It's another earthquake. Miku, watch out! The statues are what? Oh fuck! I didn't even recognize these guys. Oh! Stop being like that. The attacks are adorable. Where are the other ones? Oh, they're coming. Oh lord, they're coming. RE multiplayer games. You know what, Smokey? Because you've been pushing for all the multiplayer and like bad Resident Evil games. Instead of doing the main RE series, we could do like RE multiplayer nights, and then Vampire is like the full playthrough game. See, we're still discussing the marathon. I have not made any actual determinations for what games I should play. My inclination is to do the main series games because I've only played 2 and 4 at this point. But yeah, I'm open to anything, including just doing bad RE games and doing something else for Spooktober. What a terrible time for the check-in. RE Outbreak File 1 and 2 are not bad. Wouldn't it be like virtually impossible to get those running though? Aren't they like PS2 multiplayer or something insane like that? Doing the RE games nobody ever sees would be cool. That is true. That is a very compelling point, Smokey. RE1 was an amazing retrospect. Had the first moment in a game to make me jump. I know you've been over this, but we talked so many games, Smokey. It's been a week since at least a week since we last talked to RE. Well, we got plenty of time to decide, because this quarantine is going to make for a lot of streaming between now and Spooktober. Audition chat plays Umbrella Corps. Just think of all the puzzles we had to solve and all the statues we had to smash to get it open. It's bound to be something absolutely brilliant inside it. It's gonna be another key, isn't it? It's gonna be another key. I know that, you know that, we all know that. It's gonna be a key to like nothing, and then we're gonna go back up, and crazy old bunny grandma's gonna be like, all right, I had the flute thing in my pocket. Here you go. Never mind. Never fucking mind. I should play the first Resident Evil game. Dude, I want to play Sweet Home so bad. I have a low-key obsession with Sweet Home. Like, I read a text, like a screenshot LP of Sweet Home, like 10 years ago, and I've been thinking about that game ever since. Like, I would love to play that. Weren't we playing Alone in the Dark soon? Wait for the Monday vote. I know, I was thinking about getting a repro cart to stream it. Now that you basically have it, I feel comfortable telling you about the flute. Tell away, Manic. What should I know about the flute? Shh. It's a secret to everybody. Miku, that's the other half of Goldilocks' flute. Why would anyone go to all this trouble just to hide a piece of poxy pipe? the rumors were true. Maybe you really can use this thing to find gold. Come on, let's get back to the base and fill Goldie Rocks. Ooh, can I have that? God damn it, give me cool stuff. You have a repro for Sweet Home? Oh, dude. Alright, we might have to do Sweet Home then. Especially if I've got people in chat that can help me figure this thing out, because I know it's hard. I know it's a hard, weird, old game. You know how on the side islands you have a checklist of stuff to find, but it's a real pain in the butt? If you're on one of the islands and blow the flute, it will lead you to... No way. Manic, that's awesome. Thank you so much for telling me that. I never would have tried that myself. And apparently others in chat wouldn't have had either. So I think you really just helped a bunch of folks out. Yes, hi. Ah, Miku, you find other place of fruit. Flute. Not fruit, flute. I was looking at the diggers jiggers back there and thinking fruit. The game never tells you that. I guess they expect you to experiment with it. Is everybody lined up? Oh, look at everybody lined up for the showers. I only found out because of a YouTuber. Well, I only found out because I stream it. So blow hard on your fruit. But Manic, thank you so much for mentioning that. That's great. You remember new thing. Remember who break fruit. Flute. Medusa. You don't say. The underseer of the island broke it? Why would she do such a thing? An instrument capable of locating all manner of valuable items would be quite the asset for any miner. The children of Hargon would hardly allow such a treasure to fall into human hands. A little finicky. Is it like general bearing, or will it point you to stuff you've already found, or? No, you already said closest undiscovered item. If the thing you're looking for is part of another thing, sometimes it won't tell you. I got you. I got the AC on the brain. I do. Constantly thinking of what I should do with my fruit. Suppose that makes sense. Why go to the trouble of hiding half of it in a temple? Me no, but one thing's certain, must find gold, must become Gold Golem, must defeat Medusa. But first Miku must fix flute. Ding. That's pretty amazing for fruit. Echo flute. Yeah, even the description only says it'll lead you to precious metals. Alright. Let me get my precious jigger. Echo flute's really useful. Hey, Hiavam, what's up? What is up? Hang on, we need to... I don't know why I have this out here. Put my portcullis away. Gimme. All right. I think we're good on coal. I'm just gonna say. Yo. You should put in some kind of functionality, highlight an item in your inventory, and then play to take that item. So the flute becomes useless once you have it. Good night, Opsel. Thank you so much for coming out. Always a pleasure to see you, buddy. And remember, for anyone coming in late, tomorrow night, the surprise stream I was talking about, we're going to be playing FTL. I'm going back to FTL. I've put like 20 hours in that game and never beat it. So I'm going to play FTL tomorrow night with full back seating. I want y'all to help me figure out how to beat it. I'm a master builder, y'all. Toot to find a route to treasure and loot. Give the echo flute a hearty toot, then let the musical notes guide you to a hall of precious metal. Oh, interesting. So it actually leads you on like a trail. That's super cool. Yeah, I know, I'm amazing. Oh, it's a tool. That's great. Is that what we think it is? The echo flute. Made the echo flute. You might not know this, but that flute is a long-lost treasure of Khrumbul-Dun. Bring your road snacks. The place you found the missing piece in an ancient temple used to be on the surface. The mad, bad Medusa collapsed ground underneath. The underseer despises beauty. Shiny metal, nice building, pretty face, all these things. Oh, she's coming for Babs, ain't she? What is Babs doing back there, by the way? Is she just like peeking at us? Look at Babs there. That's precious. So she turned Goldie Rocks into a stone golem. My all metal became rock too. She wants to remove all beauty from our sight to drive us into despair. That's got us thinking we need to be careful we don't get turned to stone too. Oh yes, pretty face. Must be careful. I know they're trying to make a joke on Ardelia's looks, but she's not that bad. She's fine. Planning Ardelia's demise. You only need to play it and the sound will guide you to the gold you need. Finds golden tunnels, gets very rich. Yes! Alright, we're doing this shit. We are getting gold tonight. And I'm building my new armor and sword. I want it. She's fine. She's great. She's great. How many is that now? 4? I probably need to find a way to keep track of them. How about something like... If you can't find the tool you need, press and hold it, and it's like, ah, good. Good, good, good. Yes. Yes, game. Game good. Yeah, definitely not ugly. Definitely not ugly. If it is a magical instrument, metal sings along to its melody. If you play it in the deepest part of the mind, you're sure to hear the sweet voice of gold. Gold's hidden behind tons of rock. How's anyone ever gonna hear it? You go down there and start blowing that thing willy-nilly, you'll never find nothing. Dump so much time into this game. I mean, I am committed to fully streaming this thing. I've set aside Tuesdays and Thursdays indefinitely to play all the way through this because I've been enjoying it so much. Our community's been enjoying it so much. So yeah, you're welcome anytime. Just pop on in, sit down, have a chat with us, laugh at my dumbass buildings I come up with. I tried to build a little tower here, and I didn't realize that towns have like a maximum height on them too, because I wanted to put I think the pumping station up on top there, because I already had the inn and the mushroom kitchen. Didn't work out, so we'll have to put something up there. So also thank you for the follow. Music reminds me of Trigun for some reason. I mean, yeah, definitely got that fantasy Old West feel going on. If you play it in the tunnel south of the lift, you might just find what you're looking for. Now that you mention it, I did feel me pecs pulsating peculiarly. I'm biting off more than I can chew here. Peculiarly. I can pronounce this, chat. I can do this. Game is really messy when it comes to multiple levels and tall rooms, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm thinking on the Isle of Awakening, I might just build stuff really big so it's easy to kind of see around. I'll build individual buildings big and then divide them into the kinds of rooms I need. So we might do a bunch of like mega structures depending on how it works. You can also get more detail out of the whole like cubist designs the bigger you build. Yeah, this game has oodles of charm. Oodles. It's one of the rare games that rates a real oodling. Seems to have a plan, but long way down. Twisty tunnels will traps it. Why not warp there? You won't run. Yeah, I'm gonna warp there. What, Babs? You're off down the mine again, are you? Here, take these with ya. Oh, she loves this stuff. All right. Sure we can trust her? She's always playing with your food. I think she might be up to something. Yeah. Oh, don't be silly, Malroth. It doesn't understand a woman's heart one itty-bitty bit. Wouldn't it be hilarious? Wouldn't it be hilarious if Babs was Medusa in disguise and was just building us all up just to, like, stab us in the back at the very end? Get down the spider dealer, tell you about and toot that flute. If you can find 3 veins of gold, that'd be perfect. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to whack it. That's pretty. Oddish builds Wily Stage 1 for Mega Man 2. Oh, if only. Give him a hammer. Ding! Sweet. And while you are all now over here, I'll make some more of this. I really should just give Babs the rest of these to make. I wonder if I need to put a chest in here for that. Oh well. Whatever. Sleepy times. Pastor Al Memorial Skyscraper may yet exist. If it doesn't exist on one of these islands, it will on the Isle of Awakening. I have to build something tall on the Isle of Awakening at some point. So don't worry. Pastor Al will get his due. Ah, big stretch. Big meaty stretch. All right, we're getting gold tonight. I'm committing to it. We're doing it. And now if I hit that button. I know it's Babs, but I keep hearing Babs. It's like every time they do the check-in at night, they tell me they found a shed load of metal, but I just keep reading shitload. South of the lift, right? Did she mean the southeast tunnel? The bedroom must smell like ass. Dude, I know, and it's all straw bedding too. It's not even proper bedding. All right. It smells like abs. I mean, in the final analysis, is there really a difference? When that shit gets sweaty, none of it's gonna smell good. What, like through here? An echo can be heard somewhere very far away. Bedroom some honeybee and hot tub shit. Dougie, talk to me. Southwest of the big lift. Okay. Southwest. Yeah, poor Miku. In that case, we should warp back to the lift. And head in a this weirdly direction. Oh, we've never been this way. I ignored this direction entirely. Can you create a black couch? So I was looking at the Builderpedia earlier when I was looking at some of my recipes. I can build a shocking amount of stuff now. At least on the Isle of Awakening. So, I mean, here's a green sofa. Black might not be too far off, honestly. We do have showers, and they are religious about showers. Also, check out all these like carpeting blocks I can make. Golden tiles. Floral floor, classy cross, gravel block. We're gonna be able to make some really cool buildings back on the Isle. So yes, I've mentioned it already, but once we finish this island and we head back to the Isle of Awakening, it's probably gonna be 2 or 3 streams just building on the island. Because I want to build up the Furrow Field area, and I also want to build up the area for whoever comes back with us from Khrumbul-Dun. The casting couch meme? Should I ask? I don't think I should. Wait, so are we... Okay, wait, let's blow it here. That doesn't seem right. It still says some... Well, now it says far away. So it's off this way. This is the southwest tunnel. I just have to find the right place to bash through, I guess. Just start nuking areas and see what happens. Couldn't hurt. This is everything the aliens approach, I like it. Everything in this game has been so obvious up to this point. It feels kind of weird if it's not obvious. I mean, if it's in this direction, we'll find it eventually. Are we getting closer? Seems like it. Still says far away. That was the wrong one. I love this big bash. I love it so much. Okay, it's definitely not this way. Maybe this way? Like, there's no way the game would have made us tunnel that far. Oh, hi. You're not part of my party. It's so satisfying, dude. Like, at this point, I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know how I would go back to a different building game without this kind of convenience. We'll return to restart the development of the Isle of Waiting. Sounds good, Daniel. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. I think those are gonna be some very fun streams. Not using the crit dagger, no. The average damage I'm doing with this sword is way better. And also, I'm gonna, once I find some gold, there's a really, really nice sword we'll be able to build. I'm so bad at this. Well, it seems to be right direction. Still says far away. I kind of wonder if this is how I'm supposed to be handling this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, certainly. Let's go a little bit this way. That's a lot of dolomite I'm picking up. Okay, this is definitely not what the game intended. I bet, you know what? I bet... Let me just see if we're making any progress here. It says, like, right here. Nearby. Oh. Oh, shit. I might have actually dumbed my way in. See that Dolomite movie on Netflix starring Eddie Murphy? Was really good. Was it? It's not dumb if it works. Oh. Oh. We're getting somewhere. Oh, we're getting some. Oh my god, I found it. Oh my god, y'all. And it's full of scorpions. I dropped right into it. Oh my god, this place bursted at the seams with gold. Get near your ragtag rabble of ruffians, time to get digging. Are they gonna drop from above? Please say yes. Yes, they are. Yeah, the scorpions, yeah, I know. I know the scorpions are spawning in the tunnel behind me. Oh, we done did it. Nice find, Miko. I can't wait for the next evening report. I have found one vein of gold, but we're gonna need to find more if we want to turn Goldie Rocks back into a gold golem anytime soon. How about we ask that weird blue blob over there if he knows? He's right here! Malroth, you dick! Looking for gold, are you? Hi. Greetings, strangers. Have you come in search of gold?
I love this stuff, but my wiggly tentacles are absolutely oozeless when it comes to digging it up. There's plenty of gold in here, but if you're searching for more, have a look to the northeast near the great big lift. There might be some behind one of the walls. And you know the grotto where the enormous mushrooms grew? There might be more gold near there. Been up 19 hours and body has decided I need to sleep. Well, thanks for coming out, Fury Fighter. It was a pleasure to see you. Also, thanks in advance for whatever you sent me. I might go play a little bit of Animal Crossing before bed tonight. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for FTL. But thanks again for coming out. Probably even more splatter about the place, but you'll never find it without the Echo Flute. By the way, there's a very nice hammer you've got there, but there are better options for speculative mining, you know. Explosives. You could get a few rock bomb shards from the rock bombs that live around here. I'm sure a genius builder could figure out what to do with them. Oh, I will, don't worry. Let's go by the lift and near the big root mushrooms, huh? Let's go see what the Echo Flute has to say about that. But first, I need all your gold. All of it. Yeah. Yahoo! I need to smelt me some gear. Oh, Miku learned things. Also, I really want to finish the bar. But I think I might still be missing the light block. Also, it's a shame you can't mine with your big smash. It just does like one hit to everything. Right, I don't know how much gold goes into a bar, but we're gonna grab a ton of it. Hopefully do some speed smelting up on the surface. All the gold. All that glitters. I want 25. I've decided. I want 25 pieces of gold. There we go. Okay. Alright, for now, let's head back to town. I really want my new armor. I will probably ditch this outfit for the armor. Does anybody care? Nobody cares that I have gold. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Arg. I'm gonna build a new forge specifically for this. Gold, I need gold in Animal Crossing. Keeping gold recipes and building the mech is extremely expensive. So, I and my daughters have each found exactly one piece of gold each. The entire time we've been playing. Yes, here. Good. Oh, sweet. Oh, it's only one piece per ingot. That's perfect. All right, we're just gonna, like, literally hang out. I think what I might do... Oh, it's getting late. You know what I'm gonna do? I think we might make a turn around the island. Because I'd like to do a little bit more exploring before I sign off for the night. So we'll find the other gold veins and advance the plot next time. But for now, I want to test drive my new gear. And hopefully look for some more puzzles to do. Would you like to trade? So my daughters won't, because they're children and they love rare things. And also my 8-year-old has a recipe for golden gears that she already made with the nugget that she found. And the 4-year-old wants some of her own, so. And I anticipate needing gold for some stuff in the future. So, alright, let's go ahead and forge this sweet-ass sword. Yes. Dragon's Bane, look at this shit. Oh, get owned, dragons.
Here's you need the golden gears to make the rocket. My pleasure, Justin Brett. Thank you so much for coming out as always. Hopefully we'll see you out tomorrow for FTL or Thursday for more of this. Here we go. All right. Equip. I want to... Jake Weiss, thank you so much for the follow. It is greatly appreciated. Oh, no, I need to use, Sorry, Babs. I need to use a room for a second. That's true. It's so cool that you can just change genders whenever you want. Okay, yeah, that looks super cool. We're going with that. Oh, she looks so good like this, but I'm gonna do this for a while. I didn't realize I had this pumpkin mask. I am so happy with this character. Oh my god. I love it. No. Just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Sharp shot? No. Facial expression, character display. Take snap. Perfect. Focus. Focal point. I love it. That's a serious hero. Oh my god. Okay, so let me wait for... I'm gonna wait for the weigh-in or whatever the fuck they call it. Give me that, and then I guess we'll start smelting up some copper, I guess? Why not? You see how we're doing on this. And then, yeah, I'll spend one more day. We'll go exploring the rest of the island. Miku's dressed for battle. Primed and ready. And then we'll call that a stream for the night. Gather around, lads. Today's declaration is about to kick off, and it's another big one. Set aside Miku's share already, which comes out to... 9 nuggets of gold. I'll take it. 250 lumps of gold. Me need 4,750 more lumps of gold. Another big day in the mine tomorrow, lads, but tonight I reckon you lot deserve a digger's jigger. One thing I hadn't really thought of. Can I... Wait, did I skip one? Oh, I think I might have accidentally put one straight in my inventory. Or in my bag. Oh no, it's just cancel or collect. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Alright. Sweepy time. Alright, so I need to figure out where on this island I haven't been. And I think it's the western end. Let's see. It's quite a few places, actually. Quite a few places. Alright, for now... Let's see, 5,000 bits of gold. That motherfucker better look like gold after this shit. Okay, he said 3,000 for, he said 3,000 for silver, but after we had upgraded the bar and opened up all the silver veins, there was one weigh-in where they're just like, and we found it all. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen with gold as well. Let's actually see if we can just hoof it up over these mountains. Oh god, he's gonna be following us around until we find everything. I know I can get up here because I got up here earlier. And then I'm gonna build me a iron bridge across here because I can. Because I can do whatever the hell I want. Ah! This is a shitty plateau. Okay, this new weapon owns. This is great. I have to link Gold Light him in the Discord. Please do. Please to edify us. No, we're not gonna find gold right now. We're looking for other treasures. Now, I saw something on the map. To the southwest. Oh yeah, there's like a building over there. Have I been over here? Oh, okay, that was the early part of the mine that we bridged. Man, these things are so filling. It's great. Alright, here's a stretch of desert we haven't been to. Big stretch of desert, actually. We're gonna have to spend some time just exploring this island. We might actually do that first thing on Thursday, honestly. What was that non-combat first-person fantasy game of painting or something that you streamed a while back? Eastshade. It's kind of like if Skyrim or Oblivion had no combat in it, and you were a painter, and you painted portraits to do quests instead. It is fantastic. I heartily recommend it if you need a good time. Oh! I see something. Yeah. It's in the week-long deals. It's been in the week-long deals a couple times, and with the frequency of good games showing up in the week-long deals, I would expect it to show up again sometime soon. Honestly, though, it's probably worth full price, and that would encourage the devs to produce a new one. Links for stuff to add to your wish list now. You can play newer stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'll be more than happy to fill up your wish list for you. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Does water stop it before it hits it? It does. Perfect. Okay. No, I'm not talking to you. Well, that makes this rather easy, doesn't it? Did you disable my pot? No. I don't know what was going on there. There we go. Boom, I'm a genius. Surprisingly catch, I can't think of another show where the kids fight the enemy robots. Name, please. If you're talking about the game Eastshade, if you're talking about this show that Hieronymus is talking about, Gold Light? Or is Gold Light in the name of a character from it? Only one of the tools to the right is squiggly line on the selector will show up and toggle. Oh. Eastshade, yeah. Eastshade is like, it's like Skyrim. You're a traveler to like a distant foreign land, but you're a painter. There's no combat whatsoever, no threats that I'm aware of, and you travel around and you paint portraits for people, and you do little quests and stuff for them, and it's incredibly relaxing, and incredibly fun, and incredibly chill. I heartily recommend it. If you are in the mood for an adventure like Skyrim, but you want something relaxing and non-violent, thank you. Thank you for linking the store page. Yeah, I fell in love with that game. It's beautiful, it's relaxing, it's funny. It's everything you could want from a game like that.
Oregon Senshi, Gold Lighten. Gold Lighten is a character in it as well. Okay. Oh, is this a... Wait, no, these are the ones I fought before. Well, they're still full of leaves, and I want them. Give me that. Wow, crits on this kill. Well, I didn't want you to mess that one completely up, but whatever. He shows up in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Was that game good? I feel like people got really hyped for it, and then I don't remember hearing anything about it after it came out. Curious. It seems like the kind of game that there'd be a lot of buzz over, but it was decent? Okay. I mean, sometimes these games are perfectly fine, perfectly good, and for whatever reason, they just don't have as big a buzz as you might expect. So. Oh, it was one of the games you got to review. Oh, cool. Very cool. Manic, do you still review games in your free time, like on Steam or like any other of the online storefronts? That's for sure. Yeah, Tatsunoko definitely does not have a very big following in America. Good use of sword on cactus. All right. Here is a graveyard of you. Okay. Bit out of practice, sadly. Well, it's always something you can come back to. Gotcha, man. Get new shows. I'm certainly not the person to ask about TV. I pretty much never watch TV. I've actually been watching a bit of Japanese TV with my family. We have Disney Plus to keep the kids entertained, but my wife's Japanese, and we're trying to keep our kids' Japanese skill up, so we've started watching some Japanese TV as well, like Japanese variety shows and stuff we can all watch together. There's a really funny one tonight about this. They sent this comedian to America, and his English is terrible. And they took him to Miami, and they challenged him to find different landmarks and points of interest by just asking people on the street. And some of them were like super funny. Don't have any access to games to review them, or a place to put them. I'm glad to hear that, Retro Spice. Yeah, I really like that game a lot. Trick is the best Japanese show. Yeah, I started out. This whole gold-plated games thing started out as me doing reviews on. Well, not even on Steam. I did them on a website called Something Awful, posting them in threads and stuff. And people seem to like them. And eventually, I built up such a volume of reviews that I started putting them on Steam, and I made a curator page for them. And that started to get a number of followers. And then once I started to get into like the hundreds of reviews, I realized I need a website to organize them all. So I opened up the website that's linked below. And then about a year and a half ago, I'd gotten in the habit of watching a bunch of streamers, and I was like, well, you know, I'm playing all these games for reviews, and I'm actually starting to get some from the developers, so maybe it'd be worth showing them off as well. So I pinged people for an interest check, and I set up a channel, and I started streaming. And now I kind of feel like streaming's the main thing I do. It's definitely the most gratifying. Yeah, I played like I think 2 hours of East Shade. Should be on our YouTube channel.
But I mean, I think it's a kind of game you could absolutely go into blind and really enjoy. If the descriptions and screenshots sound good to you, then I think you're golden, honestly. Okay, so I did that one over there, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so I just made a loop. I'll keep filling in the map until sundown, and then I think that'll be it for tonight. You see me talk, I definitely have opinions. A lot of Japanese humor used to fall flat for you until you started watching Trick, and it's goddamn brilliant. Two good leads, too. Hiroshi Abe and Yukie Nakama. Yeah, the hosts play a surprisingly big part of keeping these shows entertaining. They keep the guests talking, and they can make even the dullest segments like really shine. Okay, we filled in that bit, so we'll go down past. Stop right before the final battle of Disc 3. Once, like, the further I got into Final Fantasy VIII, the harder it was to stop. Like, I didn't love it when I was playing it, but it just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and I had to see where I was going. And at least in terms of just sheer spectacle, it didn't disappoint. Triple Triad was amazing. I think that might have honestly been another reason I didn't like Final Fantasy IX, is I was really disappointed with the card game after Triple Triad. I was really disappointed Triple Triad didn't become its own thing, which I found out later it did in Japan. There's like a mobile version of it, and they like even like a printed CCG version of it. But you know, for obvious reasons, it didn't really make it here. So never beat Final Fantasy VIII, got to the final dungeon, your memory card died. Might be worth revisiting sometime. I want to revisit it. I want to work up some fresh hot takes on it. I mean, it costs money, dude. It costs money. It's easier for them to do that now that like global localization is a thing. But companies are notoriously bad about figuring out what their player bases actually want. And just like even taking a game you already have, even a mobile game, and localizing it and marketing it and launching in another country is a huge investment. Back then, they were a lot more nervous about what was safe bet and what wasn't. Yeah. Square Enix from, I mean, good God, man, that's 7 Final Fantasies ago. Like, the world was different then. Like, we're only just in the last few years getting Japanese companies comfortable with releasing games on Steam. Like, the biggest online retail platform for games in the world. I mean, Final Fantasy VIII was only the second game they ported to PC, right? Through IDOS. That's right. They published those in the old trapezoidal boxes. I remember those now. Did we already check this one out? Were we here? Yes, this is the water one. Okay. All right, we're gonna go have sleepy times. I don't think there's a Naviglobe around here. Where the hell am I? I guess we could fill in this part real quick. The ghosts aren't too much of a problem, especially now I got bitch and armor. Mobile game market back then was basically other Game Boy or game. Yeah, mobile games were absolutely not like the massive cash cows they are now. I mean, Hieronymus, that might be true now, but I don't know. I think you're vastly underestimating how out of touch most publishers are with their player bases and what their player bases really love. All right. Okay, I did it. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go to sleep. Start fresh in the morning on Thursday. Also give me that gold. Yeah, and I'm saying even now, they probably don't have that clear an idea of what their player base really loves, so. See? Case in point. Smokey knows what's up. Oh man, this was a good stream, guys. If you don't mind me saying. If you don't mind me patting myself on the back a bit. This was a good one. Alright, y'all. We are gonna call it here. Dragon's Dogma was like Japanese strat, something a bit like Skyrim, and it was awesome. Ah, no. I said yes. Enjoying Neo so freaking much? Neo seems like a very polarizing game. I feel like there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that are really into it, and then like an equal, if not greater, amount of people that get really annoyed by it. My pleasure. My absolute pleasure, as always. Let me get out of here. Let me see if there's anybody streaming something cool right now that we can raid. You. What the hell is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, Celerity's doing Darkest Dungeon Blood Moon Torchless. He just started. I'm not gonna send you over there though. That'd be a rude awakening after Dragon Quest Builders 2. But if you enjoy Darkest Dungeon streams, you can always pop over and see what Celerity's up to. Bedtime for you? Yeah. Pretty bedtime for me too. I am going to send you. Let's go raid Kiwi. I think Kiwi's playing a hidden object game. I have to know if she is. No, what is she? Oh my god, what is she playing? All right, now I'm super intrigued. Okay, so we're gonna go check her out. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It was an absolute pleasure, as always. We'll be back tomorrow night with heavy backseating FTL. I need you guys to help me beat this game once and for all. Put a pin in it. If you're not into that, more Dragon Quest Builders 2 on Thursday. So yeah, thanks once again for coming out. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.
Gold-plated games. Thanks so much for that raid, guys. You know what we do for those raids. Hello, Gold-plated games. How are you doing tonight? Wait, what did you guys play? Dragon Quest? I've never played